4 Midwest Guys presents The Night's Watch, a Game of Thrones podcast.
Night gathers, and now my watch begins. I am the sword in the darkness. I am the watcher on the walls. I am the shield that guards the realm of men.
We watch, we listen, and we remember. The past is already written, the ink is dry.
I thought he was the man to lead us through the long night, but I was wrong.
I'll show them what Lannisters are. What we do to our enemies.
How do you know this?
That's what I do. I drink, and I know things.
I believe men of talent have a part to play in the war to come. I will never sit at that. You could help another climb those steps and take that seat.
I'm not going to stop the wheel. I'm going to break the wheel.
They have no idea what's going to happen.
The real war is between the living and the dead. And make no mistake, the dead are coming.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 4 Midwest Guys presents The Night's Watch, a Game of Thrones podcast. Tonight we will be reviewing Season 6, Episode 10, The Winds of Winter. With me today is Johnny Z.
The true history of the world is the history of great conversations.
Alrighty then. And his wife, Stephanie. She can't follow that.
I got nothing, go.
You're going to contribute so much. I love you.
Okay.
I said go, I got nothing.
Okay. And my brother Aaron.
Hey, how's it going,
man?
Pretty good. And Brian Ickenbauer.
What's up?
What's going on? So, we've gotten so popular, we now have ourselves a sponsor. And now, a few words from that sponsor.
And this week's sponsor is brought to you by WILDFIRE Sexual Potency. Need to add a little spice in your Great Hall? Just add a little wildfire. With a little wildfire, you'll be shaking walls and hearing bells in no time. Marjorie Tyrell says she had such a hot time. Remember, if it's wildfire, you know you're boned. Warning, side effects include some dryness, some light, slight burning sensations, and some low-grade genocide. Enemies of Cersei Lannister should see their physician to consider another method.
Thank you very much. All right. That's a great sponsor, isn't it? I love it.
It's fantastic.
The fire in it, it's so hot.
It has people seeing green with envy.
One guy definitely rung the one guy's bell for sure. That's what I saw. Okay.
I just got gangrene.
Got a green thumb.
They make it cream for that now.
All right, so we are finally here. We're at the end of Season 6. We have finally reached the climax of the season.
Really?
Brought to you by WILDFIRE.
Climax, sexual potency. Okay.
There you go.
Comes full
we
circle.
have to keep, Comes for a circle?
That's right, it does. Comes in a circle.
First come, first serve. Well, wait, is that the other way around? Never mind. All right.
The alcohol is flowing very freely on this podcast tonight.
It's the last episode, so why not?
Let's go.
Toast to you all.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so let's just dig right into it.
Just here.
What?
Nothing.
Podcast
What
go.
are you doing?
Podcast go.
Train here.
Just go. All right.
All of a sudden, somebody's like, "Hi, I'm here. Thanks for having me."
So we...
What are we? Browsers!
It's going to be a long podcast, folks.
Strap yourselves in.
There's a lot going on.
No, not on. Strap in.
What kind of podcast is this?
In.
Happy Women's Equality Day.
I think I need to go back upstairs.
Did you hear about that new Jack Reacher film?
I don't know.
Called Round?
Jack Reacher Round?
Jack Reacher Round?
Jack Reacher, round.
I don't know if I'm allowed to hear this.
Mm-mm.
Well,
Okay.
that's true, Stephanie. Spoilers. Good call. Red Town, there was spoilers.
Congratulations. All right. Good God. Okay, so...
Podcast go.
Now, I swear to God, we'll get there someday, folks. All right, so...
I promise.
Podcast is much like winter.
So
coming, but it never gets there.
It keeps
Coming
building up.
and coming and coming.
Westeros. Fuck yeah.
It's a lot of coming. Anyway.
There's a lot of the stuff that we've been
A lot
bringing up before
a
we
lot of
started.
promising, but no one ever. Yeah.
We had
Never
like a
get
lot
them.
of stuff that we said before we started recording this episode, and we had to get it all out.
Okay, so excuse me while I whip this out. So we'll go right to the trial preparation. Everybody's just basically putting on their suits, except I noticed Cersei here. She's putting on what appears to be some a very black and ominous
funeral
looking
dress.
funeral pyre.
To me, it looks like a military guard.
Yeah, I felt
general
she was
outfit.
very like you said, military garb, like a knight almost.
Almost. Yeah. It also reminded me. It reminded me of her dad, like what Tywin
it's
wore.
very close.
Very close.
You know, the other thing too is like, there's like at least a good 3 or 4 minutes of just like putting clothes on and the accessories of the clothes. I remember thinking, it's like, God, the costume designer must have had like a really strict item in her contract. Just focus on everything for like the first 4 minutes of every little thing I have detailed on these costumes.
This is my moment. My moment.
Wait.
So this is our costume
Well, it did
porn
seem like
opening.
the opposite of Game of Thrones. Everybody was putting clothes on.
I called the segment the costume porn.
I was going to say, when we were watching it, you were like,
You gotta
this is
role
the
play
costume designer's
occasionally.
wet dream.
This really is.
Okay.
Sandy Powell and Colleen Atwood got off to this beginning.
I really like your
For the few people out there listening to it that get that reference.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you just said,
Costume
but anyway.
designers.
All right. So, moving on. So the first trial begins. And it's Loras is brought before the High Sparrow. High Sparrow, he basically, I basically did a Jimmy Swaggart. I have sinned.
Yeah, right.
Crying the whole 9 yards, right? And they end up at the end.
And for those of you that are listening and you don't know who Jimmy
Swaggart is,
well, I'm sorry, but
No, I'm not.
Well,
that's a thing that
he's an evangelist who got it on, and
he was an '80s evangelist.
And then-
he was from our childhood. That's all you need to know.
yeah, and he basically got before everybody and said, "I have sinned." So basically, we have the same thing here with Loras. He kind of says, "Well, I'm going to dedicate my life and
give up the Tyrell name and
give up the
everything.
Tyrell." Yeah, gives up everything. His
Pretty
father,
much just anything's like, I just don't want to be tortured anymore.
yeah,
I don't
pretty
care.
much. And then
whatever.
They take him and they carve in his.
Well, he doesn't want to die either. So.
Yeah, I mean, well, he was on that breaking point throughout the whole season. Marjorie kept
pretty much
trying to
every
get
time you
hold
see
on.
him, he's just in a little, corner, cuddled up. And
I'm
Just
pretty
make it
sure he was ready to cave, and Marjorie kept going, "No, just hang on, you little bitch! Come on!"
Yeah, and when he finally admits
this
to
will
this,
work
like,
out. Just calm down.
and when he finally like gives everything up, I give up my name. It cuts right to Marjorie. She just went, "That's it."
Well, yeah, because she even went to the High Scepter and was like, "This isn't what we talked about."
Oh no, it was like right after like the
Oh,
next
yeah,
part.
after
Like,
they
when
carved
we-
their
right
shuttle
after they
and
carved
points.
him, yeah.
It was it.
Yeah.
She says you weren't supposed to cut him. He's like, oh,
You mutilated him.
Yeah.
You mutilated him, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just got like this, I can do what I want, I'm High Sparrow.
Everything will be fine.
Yeah, that
Everything-
was
The father knows, the
it
mother knows.
works out.
blah blah blah.
But throughout all this, the big question is, where's Cersei? Where's Cersei?
No, and
She's supposed to have a child too.
no Tommen. And Tommen is, at this point, is just sitting in a chair, not moving. So he doesn't even want to see the first trial. That's by his own decision. So that right there says he doesn't want to be a part of that.
He doesn't want to be a part of any of it.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to be a part of it because
I don't want to be this king.
They kept knocking on the doors.
The one guy kept coming in saying, "Hey, we gotta go. Hey, we gotta go."
Trial time. Hey, trial time.
Once again, shows the balllessness of King Tommen. I guess one last reminder. I guess we should say, spoiler alert. So
We're getting ahead of ourselves there. Yes,
yeah, slightly. Okay, so moving on, the final. Probably the best part of the whole.
Yeah, I call this the Cersei Corleone moment.
Yeah, it had a heavy Godfather.
Oh my god, it
influence.
could not have been more like the Godfather in this
Yeah.
sequence.
All right, let's just real briefly. She basically sets things in events. There's wildfire underneath the sept, and she blows it to kingdom fucking come.
Let's not also forget our Grand Maester Pycelle is stabbed to death by kids.
That's true.
You
Taken
know,
down by his.
like the guy that's basically brought the mountain to life has him lured into his place. And these kids just like stab him.
I got a theory about this. Do you think those children that stabbed him are his illegitimate children? Because he's always whoring around. I'm just wondering.
No, I think that's actually just like street kids that
You just
give
think it's
money
just-
and
It's just
shit.
yeah.
just part of the
one of the many twisted
little birds club.
It's one of the many twisted kids that Cersei and this kid could make.
Quick
evil.
question: did one of the kids look like a midget?
Yeah, one of them was. The girl who led him down there was one.
Oh, okay.
She was the last one.
I couldn't quite tell if she was just like a kid or she was like short for.
Have we seen her before? Because she seems familiar to me, and I don't know why. But
no, I think that was the first time she's popped up on the show.
But I thought that was kind of disturbing to see a bunch of little kids pull out their knives and just start.
It's a very Children of the Corns moment for you.
Yeah, it was
pretty creepy.
Very creepy. Yeah, you see these little kids just.
I think it's the first time we've actually seen kids get like that violent on this show.
Not really. I mean,
yeah, little kids. Yeah.
I mean, maybe at that age range.
Yeah, that's what made it so creepy. And he's even confronted by the Mad Maester, who says, nobody should die like this, but
it's you.
But it's out with the old and in with the new, basically.
And honestly, I have been waiting for this guy's death for 6 seasons. That was so satisfying to me.
Yeah, it satisfies your bloodlust for him. I really didn't
thank God.
have any feeling for the guy one way or the other than he was just a slimy little old
I think
bastard.
it's just the fact
I always just found it funny he just made himself look older and more decrepit than he was.
Yeah.
I always found that amusing.
I think it's the side of me that hates watching people fake handicaps.
Okay, that makes sense. I guess I never really looked at it like that. He just looked like some old slimy politician that had been around forever.
Yeah. I mean,
like
Strom
Thurmond of the Senate. Been around forever.
So in that case, I really am glad he's dead.
Okay, so what'd you guys think about her master plan and how they lured her own cousin got lured down below? And Lancel, he gets stabbed by one of the kids, and then he's crawling towards those 3 candles with the wildfire around it.
Yeah, because he's like seeing like these and the thing is they build up this sequence so beautifully. It's like watching an orchestra like just get louder and louder and louder and build up to like this quite possibly like one of the coolest explosions ever. I mean, this was dear God, when that wildfire went up. I mean, it was. The candles burning into the puddle of the wildfire was like that was their time bomb. It's like you had like an inch or less of a candle left, and he's trying to crawl to get to this flame, and
and it
gets there and just ignites, and which by the way, we all had this discussion before in a couple episodes back. Steph, apparently all the wildfire was not used in Blackwater.
I know, I'm wrong. I was wrong. I thought it was.
We turned to you for the advice?
I did not realize that Cersei and Qyburn were kind of holding out and hiding some.
Did anybody feel for I was just starting to like Marjorie because of how smart she was. And she even figured it out ahead of time.
You liked the
You
character.
liked her, yep.
I know. Wrong idea. But I mean, the fact that she even figured it out, and they wouldn't and the dumbass Sept,
he's like she's just begging for like we gotta go. She's not here. She knows the
Tommen's
consequences.
not here. Cersei's not here. Something's up.
Let's get the fuck out. And he's just like, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, honestly, I think even if they had gotten out and
where the hell could they have gotten?
They wouldn't have gone far. They still would have been burned alive.
Well, as long as she had gotten out of I think that she had gotten out of the building.
No, because that built
No,
you see
the
how
whole
big
building
that
crumbled, but she would have.
No, the stairs went up too. I mean, the freaking stairwell went up.
I know,
the fire went down the whole street.
I mean, they had to worry about random bells attacking people.
The bell that took out the guy just splattered him. Yeah.
With luck, it could have been like the Independence Day fireball that traveled really slowly, and your dog could outrun it.
No.
Yeah,
but no, it's wildfire.
I mean, the way they did it, and the way the look on the priest's face, like he's like you can hear the look like, oh fuck, and then it's just nothing but green flame.
Oh my God, that was.
Well, they showed something on after or like how they did it or whatever, and it was all green screen, obviously.
Well,
but it was kind of cool because they showed the High Sparrow, the wildfire comes up through the bottom of the building,
right,
and it basically destroys the shit out of him, and you see him kind of being torn apart, and the rest of it's all green.
Well, because
it was like a split second though.
They filmed him
incinerating. Yeah,
they filmed him as like a separate part, like because you have like the one half, the hall is a set design, like the top halves are all like green screen and everything to make it look larger, but they just put Jonathan Pryce in front of a green screen, and they had like these LED lights in front of him that had like the gel, so like he was lit normally, and then when it was supposed to go up, they just like cranked up the the LEDs that had the green gels over it, threw like this giant green light on him, and he just like did his reaction like he was being burned. So it was just him doing that, and then they just CG'd him getting incinerated.
And Marjorie and the whole rest of the 200 plus people that were there supposedly watching.
They left nothing to chance. There's anybody in their wildest dreams said anybody survived that.
Yeah, it's not like the Blackfish where we think he may have gotten out, but then later we find
it's
out
not the one rapping kid who's just rowing somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which by the way, I'm now hearing the Blackfish is officially does you have this build up to the Blackfish and you kill him off screen.
Well, we'll see.
No, it's official. They said he's dead.
It's kind of a crappy thing to do, but anyway.
Side note.
So let's recap here. High Sparrow, Lancel, Loras, Mace Tyrell, Kevin Lannister, and Marjorie. All dead.
Yep.
Does that scream we want to save money for next season?
I don't know if it's so much we want to save money, but
I don't know next season, but seasons maybe because they're splitting it most likely.
It's going to be season 7 and 8, but 7 and 8 are going to be a lot shorter.
We can't afford to pay all these extraordinary salaries.
Oh no, I think
we got dragons to animate.
No,
I think Bastard Bowl kind of killed their budget.
I think the last 2 episodes have proven they have money to spare on this show.
Well, if I was HBO, I'd be writing them a blank check on this.
Oh no, I think they have. They really have.
You want.
Well, I mean, I think
you want the keys to the house, car.
It's paid HBO back in dividends, I'm sure.
Yeah,
ridiculous amounts.
For 6 years straight. I mean, people that have been debating, do I want to keep my HBO subscription? Have had a very definitive answer after Game of Thrones. Well, I need it when Game of Thrones comes back in April.
Because honestly, honey, that's our discussion.
That's our discussion every from now until April.
Yeah, it's like, oh, do we really need to keep it? Oh no, we'll get some. No, we never do.
We never do. But for this reason.
And the other thing we forgot to point out is that Tommen was held back by the mountain.
Oh my god!
So Cersei spares.
I was actually expecting the mountain to just
I kind of did too in a way, and I was like, oh crap! And now he just puts his hand on.
Yeah, I was figuring with how Tommen almost turned on Cersei, she was just gonna have the mountain kill him. And
I think it's just kind of I think it's just also my fear. If you see something like you open your door and you see the mountain there, the first thing that happens, you just crap your pants.
Yeah, instantaneously. Yeah, it's an asshole pucker factor of 10.
It's Tommen. I think he craps his pants when he opens the door and sees nothing.
He gets scared by Sir Pounce every day.
Kitty.
Sir Pounce.
Sir Pounce.
Wait, did Sir Pounce survive this? I must know. I need answers, Martin. Tell me the answers. I need to know about Sir Pounce.
Well, there's a fan's theory that he's like Azor Ahai. So I don't believe that one, but you can go roll with it.
So we end the scene of the Sept going up with Cersei sipping her wine and taking it all in and just loving every second of it. Did you guys? We always knew Cersei was going to do something big, something major. Did any of you guys think we'd ever saw this coming from her?
No.
I mean, she killed off not one of her enemies, but all of her fucking enemies in the city.
I think
one boom.
Let's not forget Mo Green was taken out as well.
I saw her doing some of the High Sparrow, but the entire
I kind of
that whole thing. Hell no!
Everybody's dead. Everybody went up
that was basically
except for the Queen of Thorns.
I think she was expecting everyone that was in that alleyway that was throwing stuff at her. Mm-hmm. That was everything she was picturing from last year. She's like, "You're all gonna burn. You're all gonna burn. I'm gonna fucking burn you all."
Well, the High Sparrow's the one that did it to himself.
Oh
pretty much.
When he said you can't do trial by combat.
Yeah, he left her no choice.
Exactly.
Yeah, and boy, did she fucking vicious. I mean, I knew she was fucking vicious, but not.
Well, yeah, vicious. I mean that's attacking your own city. I mean, that's weird.
That's cutting off your foot in order to save your, like a gangrene. I don't know.
Yeah,
some analogy I can't even think of right now. But
yeah, I mean, it's a level of viciousness towards your own state, and then ruling over it. It's a weird dynamic, I'm sure.
So, let's talk about Cersei and the nun for a second. So, the one person that does survive all this, apparently, is the nun that follows Cersei on her walk of shame. Shame.
Ding, ding,
Shame.
ding, ding.
Shame. What did you guys think of that whole scene where she brings in Sir Gregor?
Septa Unella. Oh, no. Again, when you open the door and the mountain's there, I'm going to shit in my pants. Of course I am.
So, I mean,
But that
what
line-
was like the actual threat there? Was it just like
Oh, no.
death by rape?
Well, no, that's kind of what I was thinking she was going to do. It was like basically just getting raped by a mountain for like...
Well, I mean, isn't the one sister from Dorne, like, wasn't that how she supposedly died? Like, is
raped
the mountain...
her and murdered her? Yeah.
Yeah, raped her.
Oh,
and murdered her,
yeah. Possibly.
Like, I thought that was, like, kind of what they were suggesting in that scene, right?
I don't know.
been,
I think Cersei has an intent to get...
I think Cersei doesn't care what happens to Septa Unella.
I think Cersei's going to keep her alive as long as she can.
Yeah.
I think the whole part is basically he's standing there. He's so deformed and I guess he undead. You know, that this thing is just standing over her, looking at her, and all she can do is just stare up at it.
Well, she screams though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
I mean,
there's a lot
if
of
you
stuff
look
I
at what
think she's
Cersei
doing.
does throughout this episode, like, you have to stare at this ugly dude's face seems rather light
Like,
compared
Yeah,
to...
I think that's the
Pathetic,
lightest thing she's going to get away with.
Well, she said, "I'm prepared to die," and then Cersei's like, "Oh,
You're not gonna
die
No.
today."
Yeah. Well,
But
because
she
she says...
say, she does say the last thing you will see before you die is my face. I think she's going to keep her promise.
She's gonna
I
keep
think
her
she's going to
promise,
stay
yeah.
alive.
But yeah, it was just odd because like the mountain walks in, takes off the mask, keeps walking all the way over, and then he's not moving at all. And as she's walking out, all of a sudden, starts screaming.
Well, let's not forget, as she's closing the door, she's going, shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
But even before that, she has one of the most creepy lines ever. I killed my husband because it feels good to be rid of him. I fuck my brother because it feels good to have him inside of me. I lie about fucking my brother to keep our son safe from all the hateful hypocrites.
Yeah, it was her confessing. Like, even at the end of that scene, she's like, even confessing in certain circumstances feels good.
Yeah, that is kind of her confession finally.
That was her. Yeah, because the whole thing with the sparrows and the sept was confess. Okay, there you go.
Fine, here's my confession while I pour wine all over you.
Because
While I party foul all over your face.
Because she told Anella, she goes, "You want to hear my confession? Here it is."
And it's, honestly, I'll be honest with you, John, I think you're right. It is probably the closest thing to Godfather I think we've ever seen in any other genre. You know,
I think it's the one time that you've actually like seen such a Godfather homage in something and been like, they owned it. They actually did it their own way, and they made it beautiful.
Yeah, it really, the more I think about it, the more it does kind of seem that way. So the one thing I think, though, that Cersei was not counting on in all this was Tommen jumping out the window.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe open to debate. Do you guys think she planned for this, or do you think this was something she did not foresee happening?
Yeah, I don't think she foresaw it happening. She knew it was going to come. That's the one thing is Cersei has always been someone to try to protect her children, but...
Maybe she's pretty cold, dude.
She seemed pretty, like, I don't know, after her other two children, she seems almost resolved, like, that's just the fate that she's going to have.
Because of the prophecy that she heard a couple of seasons back, and that all three of her children with golden hair are going to perish before she does.
Yeah, so I mean, I think she seemed kind of just accepting of her fate. Like,
okay.
I was expecting it to happen like days ago, and then the little bastard turned on me. So,
well, you know, at first I thought maybe she's just numb to everything. You know, it's so much shit has gone on. She's just numb to it. But the more I thought about it, I was like, Tommen basically sentenced her to death by taking away the
he
the
pretty
mountain.
much did.
So I wonder if she even really, at the end, and everything that Jamie had said about her in the last episode no longer holds true. Now,
it's a very good possibility that last maternal instinct just kind of got cut.
Because she's like, burn him.
And I mean, that was
he
the one humanizing
feature
feature for her.
He belongs with his grandfather, and everybody else just put him with the ashes of the sept.
When she has to identify him, she's like, "Do you want to bury him?" I was like, "No, just burn him."
But she says put his ashes in the sept with his grandfather. She uses that, but that's where all her enemies died too. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, there's a part of me that thinks she didn't plan on it, but there's another part of me that thinks she's okay with it.
Yeah.
That she just doesn't care. I don't know, Brian. What do you think?
I mean, it was really odd to me. I was like, for all the stuff we've seen throughout the whole episode, he's gone to his mother for advice. He's gone, all this stuff, and then all of a sudden he sees the building blow up and he just wants to jump out the window. because his friend, the High Scepter, was in there, and his wife was in there.
It was his wife.
But even still...
It was mostly his wife, because he thought he was in love with her, that we saw the last couple seasons.
Well, I mean, because what we've gathered so far in this, like, she wasn't sleeping with him, right? Because isn't that what the Scepter said? You need to lay with your husband, but she's
I don't
not.
think he really cared about if she was sleeping with him or not. Like, he was just... for him, it was almost like a first love. You know, like it's like when you're 11 or 12 and you have like your first date. And
So you think it's like a Romeo and Juliet kind of thing?
Kind of, yeah.
Well, that, and I mean, there's also the element of this is the place I'm supposed to rule. F it, I'm out.
Well, I honestly think that he knows his mother did this.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he just
Definitely
watched.
did.
And he's supposed to be the king, and how is he going to rule after that?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
You know?
I kind of looked at it like, I don't know so much from that viewpoint, but that's a very good point. But I kind of looked at it like it just showed how much he believed in the system that he was trying to put in place. Like he was a true believer in his wife and in the whole Sept thing, and the two pillars ruled the empire. That just showed how much
He might have been
commitment
coming
he had
around to it, yeah. Like he seemed to...
He was fully committed to it, and that's why he jumped. I don't know. That's just how I looked at it. I don't know. Maybe I'm way off base. But
it's definitely a way of viewing it. I mean, don't get me wrong, did I kind of take it from a more romantic, like Romeo and Juliet sort of angle? A little bit, but
Okay.
that's a definitely valid interpretation of it.
Okay. Well, let's make sure. All right. So, it's kind of hard to top blowing up the Sept.
So why not go to Walter Frey?
Good old Walter Frey.
Yeah.
So,
let's bring ourselves down even further by visiting him.
That bastard. Anyway, so there's just basically a big celebration about the retaking of River Run. Jamie's there. There's some words spent. What'd you think, John?
I love that scene where I keep forgetting his name. Who's that knight that we all love? That
Bronn?
Was it Bronn?
Bronn.
Yeah, I think
His
so.
friend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where Bronn basically just turns to Jaime Lannister because like these other two servant girls just look at Jaime and do like the giggly face. He just looks at us like, you don't even have to do anything. You just sit there. It's like hanging out with that one friend that always gets hit on.
But to be fair, the first girl they look at is actually, spoiler alert later, is actually Arya in disguise the whole time.
Yeah.
She's looking at Jaime.
How did she still be able to do the face thing? Because aren't all the dead faces like
I'm
that?
assuming she killed the girl and took her identity.
Like, so is that just a skill she has now where she can just cut off someone's face? And
she's got that. She learned how to do the cleaning.
Yeah, she took Waif's face off.
Like,
face off.
Face.
No, but I assumed like there was some sort of preparation.
No
for the
more
face
alcohol
they did
for
back,
that Stark.
Or is it?
I don't know. I guess she figured it out.
Oh, okay.
She can do it on the go now.
Yeah.
She's a
Like,
taxidermist.
She knows how.
That's cool. It's just I was assuming there was like a more intricate setup than
She is the new Ethan Hunt.
Except they had to kill somebody to get the face instead
Which
of
makes her
replicate it.
cooler than Ethan Hunt.
She's a Jedi and a Mission Impossible.
Well, I think
Alright.
in the like books, this is probably where like Lady Stonewall would have
Stark.
But you know what? To be and another cool scene too. Like right before that, Walder Frey actually sits down with Jaime Lannister. Walder's like doing
he's
his
all pombastic.
He's all
cast.
pompous. He's like, Jaime, you and I, we're not so different. You and I both betrayed our own kings, and
It's a very classic villain speech in that regard.
yeah. And I
isn't it?
think at that point, Jaime just like he's fucking had it. Like he just turns to him and he just goes, "You know what? The only reason you have the Riverlands right now is because we funded you, and if you lose it again, what do we even need you for?"
Exactly. We had to take it back for you. So what good are you?
Yeah,
And he just
we have to
gets
keep
up
taking
and
it back
leave.
for you because you're not a fighter.
Right. You're not good enough. So
He's like,
fuck you.
I still win.
Oh, and let's
Yeah, and he goes on. I'm like, you bombastic ass.
And let's not also forget that
Delusional, too.
when Arya reveals herself to Walder, the whole time he's sitting there going, "Oh, my sons are supposed to be here. Where are my sons?" And the servant girl just keeps going, "Well, they're here, my lord." "What?" "They're here." And she pulls back the meat pie.
And the
She's
thumb.
like,
little thumb.
"They weren't easy to carve, especially Black Walder."
He was a little rough.
And you're just sitting there going,
Holy fuck.
"Holy fuck, she just made him eat his own kids."
Don't be wrong.
Did South Park do this 10 years ago? Yes. Is it any less interesting? No.
No, it's much better. In fact, then she goes, the last thing you're going to see is a Stark's face.
Yeah.
My name is Arya Stark. I want you to know that. The last thing you're going to see is a Stark smiling down on you as you die. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was a great line.
I thought I could have been more happier when I saw the Grand Maester die, but honestly, Jesus!
That was a great
It wasn't even the fact that she slit his throat. Usually they slit their throat and they fall over.
It was that smile.
Well, not only that, but they showed the blood coming out of
Bleeding.
his neck while he's gasping for
and he's
fucking
looking
air.
up at her.
Every time the heart beats,
it's like
and she's got that smile on her face. You know, and the, you know,
that sense of
and she was holding his head back. Like she was holding his head back so it stayed open, so it wouldn't close.
Exactly.
You know, Steph and I, we were watching the After the Thrones thing again. They also mentioned, you know, when she left the, where was she at again? Bravos, thank you. When she left Bravos, she could have gone straight to Winterfell. She could have gone, hey, John, remember
but right
me?
before she went to Bravos, that's where she was. That's where she saw, her brother get killed.
No, I know that, but they're saying, instead of going straight to Winterfell, she's been making this stop on all of her hit lists. So now Arya's carrying out her hit list now.
Oh, yeah. She
doesn't want to be
some of the people
part
have already
of
died
Winterfell.
off, but...
Yeah.
Well, and that brings up a good point. So, as long as we're staying on Arya, let's talk about it for a second. How dark is Arya going to go? We kind of talked about it last episode, but
she's already gone pretty dark.
She's gone from going through all this training. She now has all the skills. She is now a stone cold assassin killer.
Oh yeah, in this episode that kind of proves it.
She's a badass bitch now.
She's a badass bitch, but how dark is she going to go? Yes, she has this hit list. What happens when the hit list is fulfilled?
Well, who else is actually left on the hit list?
Well,
so
Jaime's
far?
on there.
Cersei Lannister's on. Okay. The Mountain is on her list.
And that's
I want to see how. Well, okay, it doesn't count.
The
Mountain is technically.
Assuming he's dead.
Well, but isn't the Mountain technically dead also?
Kind of.
Does that still leave him on her list?
That's a good point because earlier in the season we saw the Mountain take a fucking club to the chest.
Yeah, didn't
a pointed chest, and it should have gone through his heart. And he's still there.
You've also mentioned that you wanted to see the Hound versus the Mountain.
Yeah, we might see.
What's Arya gonna do against the Mountain if she decides to carry out that one on her list and nothing she does assassin wise?
I think the only way to kill him is to take his head off. I don't know.
She's gonna treat him like a zombie then. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta take his head off. I don't know.
Double tap. She's gonna zombie land him.
Oh man. Oh, Jesus. All right. So we already talked about Cersei and Tommen. So let's move on to the Citadel. Yay!
Oh my God.
Sam and Tully. Sam Tully, Little Sam.
Gilly.
Gilly.
Thank you.
Little Sam. Are we talking about the hobbits?
Those are my guys.
Kind
Sam, Frodo, and Little Gollum have come to the Citadel.
Slightly similar.
Samwell.
So Sam and Gilly, they all finally make it to Old Town. They get into the Citadel. They let him in. It's been a great mistake. Blah blah blah. And they let him into the library.
Well, they have to talk to the one.
And he has the nerdgasm.
The Archmaester.
He has like a fucking nerdgasm.
Yeah, he does.
Anybody notice?
Well, I'm sorry. If you walk into that
I would too.
insane-looking library...
I mean, it wasn't just like your local library. We're talking the great library of great libraries.
This is like thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years of writings, and it was amazing.
Yeah, because the Citadel, like the Library of Alexandria.
Yeah, because Citadel is like the oldest city in Westeros. And they have like all of the archives and history of everything.
It's like the Great Library, right? That once existed in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
But
somebody actually posted a thing on Facebook that I love. Is like, I want a woman to stare at me the way that Samwell stares at the Citadel Library.
There was another. My coworker was telling me there's another meme with Sam's face on Belle.
Yeah.
Sliding across the books.
Yeah.
But did anybody notice in the library though the thing in the center?
Yeah, they have the thing from the opening credits.
Sun. It's the big sun from the opening credits. Yeah.
And I wonder because I read this online and it's a valid point to bring up. Do you think that we are actually watching this whole thing? Is this being told from the tale of maybe an older Sam or some other maester? Meaning
Oh,
this
like
whole
it's a
time-
recorded event?
Yeah, that because we always start with the map most of the time.
The Book of Samuel.
Yeah, are we actually
That's an interesting point, yeah.
told this story?
So on the last episode, you're actually going to see the book close.
An old Sam.
So
close the
it
book.
kind of ends in the same
Samuel,
way.
why did you-
Friends
the
does.
map?
And
you know,
Samuel, why did you make John so whiny?
And old Sam starts walking out the thing. He goes,
well, something. Yeah,
He just whistles it.
yeah.
or maybe you know,
Maybe it's the ringtone on his cell phone. Who knows?
or he's teaching the next generation.
Yeah. Sam, did you turn your phone to silent? Oh no.
Ah, damn it! I
And this
started
was
this
the story of
podcast. I
the
left my
second
phone.
Great White Walker War.
Still haven't learned how to do it right.
You kids with your ringtones and your
Sorry.
well, and then another
Get your phone off my lawn.
well, another funny thing too is I also read somewhere that it's like with Sam at the Citadel now. Is he going to start doing research on how to fight off the White Walkers?
Oh yeah,
Like,
that's
'cause-
why he's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, what's he going to uncover? Like, is he going to be the person that gives all this information back to John to fight the
Well,
White
maybe not
Walkers?
even John because he's in Westeros. Maybe he's the one who has to tell Khaleesi.
Sammy. Yeah.
Yeah, how to do it. Maybe John falls. You know,
Again,
we don't know.
no, do not do a Trinity.
Just saying.
I don't
Or
like
John
you
comes
anymore.
running back, and they have to fall back to Westeros, and they make their final stand there. I don't know. And Sam's there with the light of knowledge to guide the way. I don't know. So these are just.
Did you see how many books are in that damn library? You better start fucking reading today.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got to read like a good 800 words per minute.
Well, and the
Hopefully they have the
Clear.
Dewey Decimal System and they can find the books.
I don't think they do.
Sam is the one that invented the Dewey Decimal
I'm
System
sorry,
for
did you?
Westeros.
No, there's no Dewey
Fuck him.
Decimal.
I hate the
Everything's
Dewey
on a
Decimal
damn
System.
chain.
Then
Yeah.
I never liked the Dewey.
Well, that was the other thing I
Decimal
didn't know. I didn't understand. I was like, every book is chained to the wall.
It's
No, they have like little chains. It's not
instead
to the wall.
of
It's just the breadth of
binding,
them
they're
falling
just
out.
it's
It
chained.
keeps it so that the books won't fall out of the shelves. And
It's crazy.
Or that nobody will take it out of the library.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Well, it's not
That's a
actually
lot
like
of
chained
knowledge.
to it. They're
because
just like falling
because the
down.
library's in the ghetto and people
know-
take books.
Well,
no,
it's a lot
it's
of
actually
knowledge is power, guys. I
You know-
mean, come on.
actually what it is. I think it's what Blockbuster had in mind before they introduced late fees. They just want to put chains on all their DVDs.
What's a blockbuster?
Yeah, what the fuck's that?
Oh my god, I fucking dated myself, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
All right, that's it. No one can
Is
listen.
it like
to
a
me
red box?
now. Yeah, it's the red
I
box.
think it's like one of those things called movie galleries.
Oh,
It's a movie gallery.
No, I never heard of that.
like it's
No,
one of those
really,
places
what
that
is
if you
it?
pull the weeds
Sun
behind
Family
that one.
Video?
Suncoast
Oh, okay.
Video.
You mean you didn't hit a button that said rent? What the fuck? You
Wait, I
actually
can't
drive?
download it on
Hey.
my Mac.
Suncoast Video.
Oh, there we go. There we're going back.
Media Play.
Oh, wait. What was it? Video Village.
Yeah.
Going back even further.
Hollywood Video. No,
Hollywood
Video.
Video Village is probably one of the older
It was
ones.
the
Okay,
first
sorry,
one around here.
sorry.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
By the way, we're thinking of doing a like old person podcast here, and
Coming soon.
Reminiscing.
Gray Pride.
what do you think?
All right, moving on. So, finally, Davos finally has his day with the Red Woman.
Oh, I was so happy.
Brings the Red Woman for
I was
John.
kind of disappointed with it, actually.
John basically just exiles her for it.
Yeah.
So, do you think that's fair punishment for her?
Well,
Or-
I do because I think John, has that connection with her
Well,
because she brought him back to life.
Right.
So he doesn't have the, like I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna execute you. It's more of a
Middle ground.
God damn it, what the fuck is your problem? All right,
Killed
well,
a little girl.
Okay, well
Yeah.
you can go away, so I don't have to do anything to you,
Well,
and then we'll all kind of be
well,
okay with it.
No.
Right.
But if you come back, I'll kill you.
and her defense to John was, yes, I admit it, but it's what the Lord of Light what the Lord of the Light commanded, and it's also what Stannis agreed to, or she said he did not object to it.
Yeah, I mean, you can make
And
the
neither-
valid
neither
argument
did
it was
her
an
mother.
act
Neither
of
did her
war
mother,
and
yeah.
that Stannis ordered it to help his troops' side. Don't get me wrong, is it still a dick move? Is that something that's
Right.
Well,
kind
and
of going
that's-
beyond
Well,
what
her
the
mother-
justification of
Didn't
war
her
is?
mother? I thought her mother did.
Her mother,
Her mother
They both
agreed to
agreed to
it,
it.
and then
But then
when,
instantly
and then
changed her
and
mind.
then
Yeah, I was gonna say change
at
her
the
mind.
moment.
Yeah.
When they
While it
lit the
was
fire,
happening.
she was like, "No, that's my baby," and you're like,
You should've-
you already just
you
You
should have
should've.
said
Giant
that
assholes
before they
entire
lit
show.
the torches.
You've been wanting to kill your daughter this entire freaking
Yeah.
She
show.
hung,
that's my
when she
little-
hung herself, it was too good. That's what
Yeah,
I said.
thank
at the
you.
time.
She got off easily on that one. But again, I think Melisandre, the second she saw Stannis's army slaughtered last
Sorry.
season, I I think that's the turning point in which the person that she's been since like season 2 has just like that person technically that person died.
Well,
almost. I mean, like the person she was. I mean, we saw no bit of confidence in her the way we've seen.
No, she's completely been broken. Although she had, like you said, that smile was almost vindication for her and her faith. All of a sudden, she's like, "Aha! I was right after."
Yeah,
I
mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that Davos got to finally confront the Red Woman about it. But what I liked about it was when he walked in, he chucked at her the steer.
Oh my god! He threw the stag at her
that he made for Princess Sheree.
Yeah.
And that was the part that I liked because to me that was like, you fucking bitch, I know what you did.
And speaking of Davos, how much does it say about Davos? Not only is he smart enough to take her before Jon instead of killing himself.
Right.
Because Jon probably would have killed him.
Killing her himself, yeah.
Right. And he also shows restraint in Jon's judgment. Although he does warn her, if you ever come back, I'll kill you myself.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Right.
But that just shows he's more of a knight than I've ever seen of anybody on the show so far.
Except for Brienne.
Well, except
for Brienne.
Oh, right, you're right. But
Brienne is the best knightly.
Yeah, I mean, for someone who started out as a smuggler, and I mean, he got like his finger tips cut off by Stannis, and then continued to serve him because he thought that was a fair punishment.
Got his son killed.
Yeah, and like he not only did he confront her, he mentioned how much he actually cared for her. For the princess and
the girl that taught me to read.
Yeah,
Now,
like he really showed his emotion and conviction.
Like she was my own.
Yeah. And after having restraint
I
after
wanted
that,
to kill her after hearing him.
Like that is maybe even more than we've seen from Brienne.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm saying he's most knightly in my opinion so far. Well, we still have a couple seasons left. So, also one more point: is Jon smarter than his brother?
Which one?
Rob.
Easily.
Because Rob has a similar situation. And Rob, with the Kostark who killed the Lannister way back when, and Rob went ahead and did what he thought was the ultimate right thing, and went ahead and killed her. Or killed the king, the Kostark king, which starts his whole unraveling. Here, Jon finds, like Brian said, more middle ground. And takes a more, an easier path.
Well, maybe. I think the thing with the Karstark, the head of the Karstark family, that's who he killed, was the father, was because the father wouldn't back him.
No, his father killed a couple Lannister kids after Rob said not to do it because he disobeyed him.
Oh.
But he could have just put him in prison and kept the Kostarks on his side, which would mean he never would have went to the Red Wedding for their help.
And the other thing too is Melisandre. She also says that I can be useful in the upcoming battle against the White Walkers, which Jon knows is the impending threat. So, I mean, she's got a card to play in this whole battle, too.
Yeah, but you know what? She needed to go.
She did.
Yeah, I mean, that card didn't really seem to help her that much, though.
It didn't help her that much, but it does kind of give you that sense that she knows what's going on the other side of the wall. I mean, that's another thing that's been, kind of a lingering question on the show is, like, prophecies and predestination. Because we've seen 2 prophecies come true, which has been Cersei's daughter, or Cersei's children, and the fact that she actually told Jon, I can't remember, was it last season, that I'm going to see you at the Battle of Winterfell. I see you fighting at the Battle for Winterfell. And of course, season 5 ends with him getting stabbed, so we're all like, what the hell? Is he going to be at this Battle of Winterfell?
Yeah, I mean, this show, with the exception of, like, her interpretation of, like, the Stannis stuff, which even she kind of later on admits that she misinterprets things.
Right.
This is a show that does kind of follow an idea of predestination and,
But it wonders, like, how closely can you interpret prophecies?
Yeah, it does allow for human error.
And if you're supposed to be this priestess and so close to the Lord of Light and things like that and follow your religion, you can't be making mistakes like that. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, even among the most faithful, mistakes are bound to happen in this show. Apparently,
well,
look at the High Sparrow.
Yeah,
she's obviously overconfident though with Stannis. I mean, completely overconfident.
I think she
beyond normal reason.
Well, she was in love with him. Yeah, she wanted to see him succeed. It didn't.
Yeah, she bended her interpretation to fit the scenario.
She bended herself to fit Stannis as well.
Yeah.
All right.
To fit his scenario.
So, continuing with Jon, we see Jon and Sansa. They're on top of the
Whoa!
Jon and Sansa on top.
Whoa!
Castle.
Hey, now.
Wall.
standing on the castle, looking over.
Whatever.
That's where the show's
What kind
been
of
going.
show is this?
God, it's
Well,
they're not the
you have
Lannisters.
the
for God's
Lannisters in the first episode.
Jeez.
Come on.
Man, take it easy. Woo. All right.
Yeah, the other thing to...
And Sansa's like, Dad said clean your room.
The other thing to point out, too, is that as we've seen Sam at the Citadel, we see a white bird or a white raven.
It's a white raven.
A white bird flying across.
I thought it was a dove at first, too.
It's
Yeah,
a
that's what I
freaking
thought.
bird.
Yeah.
But then, of course, we get... your phone, man.
Moving on. Anyway, white raven flying in the air.
Get a little wildfire action there.
That's for the
John.
girls. That's for the ladies.
Come on.
But, yeah, like, that's the other thing that Sansa brings up when they're standing on that wall. She looks at him and says, a white raven has come from the Citadel.
Winter is finally
Winter
here.
is here.
Father said so. Father said it always would.
Father said it always would.
Yeah.
For 6 seasons.
All right.
John
So
goes,
the
well,
raven
Father
says it's
promised
here.
it was coming.
But that's really it. There's just the Raven's like, it's here.
But the other big thing to take away from the scene...
Nonchalantly.
And you know, it was snowing, but whatever.
Yeah.
The other big thing to take away from this scene, though, is the whole back and forth between them where basically John's saying, yeah, you should... I'm preparing the Lord's room for you
Right.
because you should rule Winterfell.
Mom and Dad's room.
Mom and Dad's room's yours.
Right.
You know? Yeah, so that's the other big thing to take away because that comes in later.
Well, and she even says, like, you're not staying.
Yeah. Right. The other thing, real quick, I saw on Facebook, another, you know how you get all this stuff on Facebook, is it's like a cartoon strip, and they show Sansa entering her old room, and she's like, I can't wait to get back to my old room, and she opens up, and inside is a bunch of posters of Joffrey with big love and hearts around it. And
if you go back through the first season, that's her personality, isn't it?
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty good.
God, I was stupid as shit.
Somebody's pretty damn clever.
Yeah.
So you know, it's gonna be like
character.
it's gonna be like any girl in 6 years from now that looks back at their Jonas Brothers or Justin Bieber
I was gonna say
posters.
Bieber poster, right?
Somebody's like the Joffrey Bieber thing that's been going around too.
Oh God! If there were two more evil things in the world. Anyway, all right. So moving on, we move back. We're back in Dorne finally. God damn it, Dorne! Since season 1, episode 1, we haven't been back in Dorne. We returned.
It was a fun
episode
conversation.
2.
What?
Episode 2.
Were they in 2?
Yeah.
I thought she killed. No, she
In
killed.
episode 2.
No,
That's when it happened.
No, it was episode 1.
Was that one? I thought it was 2.
No, I thought it was episode 1. Because he dies right at the beginning. Google.
Google.
One.
Google.
You don't
All right.
need to.
Okay, fine.
So, anyway, from the first episode of the
I'll
season to
Google
the
it.
last episode of the season, we finally return to Dorne. There's a big meeting, and who the hell is there? But holy crap, it's the Queen of Thorns is there, and then already dressed in black, and apparently has already found out that everybody of her family is dead. Her husband is dead. Her granddaughter and grandson are dead by Cersei's hand. So apparently time is kind of moving a little fast.
It
here.
wasn't her husband. It was her son.
Her son. I'm
Her
sorry.
son.
I'm sorry.
Granddaughter
I'm
and
sorry.
grand-
Her son and granddaughter.
I get that.
The future was taken away from her.
Basically, yeah, she says, I don't care anymore. You know, Cersei's taking everything from me.
And the weird thing is, she's still, even in that state of mourning, she's still just as witty as she ever is. Like,
she's mean and crueler than ever. She's
What-
making
what-
fun of
she's
every last one of the Viper
What's your
girls.
name?
Yeah.
Good.
Snake
Don't say
girls,
anything.
Sand snakes. She's going.
oh, I mean, it's just I love listening to her dialogue. Just it's amazing just to see her just
Do you
shut
have
people
anything
down.
to say? No, shut up.
I got to throw out Facebook again. There was
my God.
another meme, and there was the Queen of Thorns on one side of the picture, and they had Lady Mormont from the other one, and it was like, who would win in this fight?
Well, clearly Mormonts.
Just in like wits, you know.
Yeah.
And or I think it said something like, "Wouldn't you love to hear this argument?" or something.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
But
All right, fine, Steph. It was episode 1. That
so
was...
she's tearing these girls apart, and then
Oh my God,
they're
that
like,
was so great.
they're like, well, what's one thing you want? And obviously, she wants blood. And who comes walking out with Varys saying, "You want blood?"
We find out
Where
this
he
is
was Varys' great adventure.
what was his adventure. We thought, is he going back to King's Landing? No, he was going to Dorne.
Precisely.
Yeah.
like,
Not
oh,
only
wait.
that, he even like mentions one of the titles of the books. Just
So-
work that in there.
So
Well, no, that's the Daenerys or the Targaryen house.
Fire and
saying,
blood, yeah.
with fire and blood.
we also find out that the Lannisters, I guess Cersei has already declared war on the Tyrell house. since while this has all happened because that's mentioned.
Well, let's face it, the Lannisters are broke by now.
Torched the Tyrells. Of course, there's going to be an impending war.
So, but yeah, so now you've got. Now, my question to you guys is Varys. Is this Varys keeping something in his back pocket, or is he doing this for Daenerys?
I think he's doing it for Daenerys.
I think he's
like
doing
he's paving the way for
clearly doing it for Daenerys.
So is this going to be the surprise? Is this going to be his trump card though, that puts her over? Not that she doesn't have a billion people in her army.
All right, okay, let's see this.
You have the Tyrell's money on top of the army from Dorne, on top of everything she's already had, that's a pretty huge win for her.
Here's the tally. Like, they actually went through like the alliances on After the Thrones, and I took pictures of this. Team North is Jon Snow, Sansa, the Free Folk, and the Northern Houses. And in Team East, you have Daenerys in the lead, with Tyrion, Varys, the Dothraki, the Unsullied, the Rebel Greyjoys, Dorne, and the Tyrells. Mm-hmm. And then, okay, so that's what Daenerys has, and here is Team Cersei.
Is it just Cersei?
It's just a tumbleweed.
I don't know.
The Lannister.
We'll talk about more. We'll talk a little bit more about this at the end because we'll talk about the ships and stuff we see at the end. But we'll save that.
No, but I mean, if you look towards the next season, I think you can make an argument that the Greyjoy, like the uncle who probably won't be marrying Daenerys, might be going to Team Cersei.
Yeah. We'll get to that.
He's listed as the wild cards. There's a wild card thing here.
All right, so let's move on to the great letdown of Daenerys telling Dario to fuck off, and he has to stay behind because he's a liability.
Such a sad moment.
It was sad.
Was it?
Well,
I was kind of neutral.
Lover boy. Cannot go with her. He must stay.
Dario proclaims his love for her.
He does.
Which I thought that was nice and sweet. But I'm sorry, this is Game of Thrones. They're going to shit on that. So, which they did.
I'm in the game.
It's like, you know what? I love you too. It's great having sex with you. But, yeah, I got to marry somebody else.
And she even goes on because there's another scene, obviously, with Tyrion later. She's like, yeah, I didn't feel a fucking thing. Yeah. Like, thanks for the sex, friends with benefits, and I gotta go.
Kiss. Thank you.
You don't call
I have
me.
an empire to gain.
Don't call me. I'll call you.
Yeah.
Well, let's also not forget the other little note we got there is that Slaver's Bay is now called the Bay of Dragons.
Yes.
Because she's like, we can no longer call it Slaver's Bay anymore because there are no more slaves.
But how smart is it? Because not only does she tell Dario he has to stay and help rule, but she leaves the second sons behind. So they've got a bunch of mercenaries
fighting the other mercenaries.
Mercenaries basically running a kingdom. How smart is that? I'm sorry. I know Dario is technically their leader and is probably the biggest badass of the group.
Well, but Dario also still has his love for Daenerys too, and she knows that.
I know, but one guy, how is one man going to rule a kingdom with mercenaries?
At the same time, if shit goes wrong, she can fly back and burn shit to the ground.
I guess, but still, it's just
he saw what happened to the slavers. That's got to be in the back of his mind at any given time.
And Dario knows that Dany, Tyrion probably told Dany to let him go or whatever, and he kind of makes a point and says, "Hey, this is Tyrion's doing, isn't it?" And Dany's like,
"It's logic.
No, I have to do this." And she walks away, and him and
first person she sees
Tyrion, is. So how do you take it?
Well, yeah, because he goes. Well, actually, then he goes on. He goes, "Well, I can't blame him. It is logical." He kind of takes it a step further.
But let's not forget the big point here. She's finally fucking leaving Marine.
Yeah,
she's finally going to take on King's Landing.
It only took what 2, 3 seasons?
2 or 3 seasons.
Probably. What are you talking about? Since season 1, we've been
waiting for it. Well, no, since the moment she got into Marine and took out the slavers.
That too, but.
And Tyrion's, been really good guidance for her and things like that. And he tells her, you're in the game now, and there's no place for, He's like, I don't envy the place that you're in right now.
Well, the other thing too is he's supposedly trying to comfort her through this, and she's looking at him going, You're not that much comfort right
You're a
now.
horrible consoler.
You're a horrible consoler.
Like, yeah, well.
But I do like how he says, I've never believed in anything, but I do believe in you. He goes in that whole thing. People have asked me to believe in things all my life, blah, blah,
It's
blah.
like I believe in money. I believed in money for a while.
Right.
But I've never believed in a person. But I do believe in you. And
he's the hand of the queen.
yes, she made a replica of the hand of the king sigil, so he is now the hand of the queen.
You just see him tear up there for a moment.
I kind of teared up myself when I saw that because
I was just like, his
let's face
dad's
it.
not going to take that away from him.
Let's face it, you're right, because that's exactly what happened. He was the best hand of the king. Sorry, Ned. But
No, he was.
After Ned,
He was.
but
yeah.
He understands politics better.
He understood politics better, and had Tywin not taken that from him, he would have been the best hand out there.
Well, I mean, he pretty much saved the entire city during
He
the
did.
Blackwater.
And frankly, that's why I kind of teared up, because, that was taken from him, and he deserved it.
Yeah.
And now he has it back again.
To a better ruler.
Yeah.
Yep.
So are you expecting Daenerys just to be in Dorne all of next season?
Oh, God.
Like, she moved from the ring, and she just goes to Dorne. She's like, one step closer, have to resupply.
Oh, Martin, you're fucking with us. No!
White Walker's right at the gates. Daenerys and
Oh, God,
in Dorne.
It's the South
And then-
Park episode all over.
But by that time, she has, battleships that she's found somewhere.
And by this point, Jaime Lannister's penis is huge.
What's Daenerys got? She's got an air force. What?
We don't have an air force.
She's got a nuclear bomb. What? All right. But, yeah. Okay, we already talked about Arya at
Shepherd's Pie.
Shepherd's Pie. So let's move on. So, oh God, I hate this. All right, so the forked tongue.
The show? Because that's weird, because we're doing the
Jesus.
podcast.
Yeah, I did.
Podcast, go.
I did 10. I did 10 fucking podcasts over season 6 because I hate Game of Thrones.
Really?
I hate this guy in this
so
next
weird.
scene.
That's so weird.
I've rated every
Seems like
episode
the
an
opposite
A,
reaction you
but I
have
fucking
to
hate the show.
I thought I was the only one.
Yeah, it's such torture. Sometimes it
My
is.
A's
actually.
stand for anal rapage.
Oh my God! What the fuck?
That's how I felt at the end.
Oh my
Wait,
God!
all I heard was the end when you said anal rapage. I heard none
My
of the
A's, like every A he's given every episode for this whole season.
Okay.
That comment was as if he was Brian.
Okay. I didn't pick up on the. I didn't hear the setup
no.
of that, so.
No, I don't feel like I've been anally raped.
I didn't say he
I
did.
think you do now.
Oh wait, you're getting my feelings when I was watching Batman v Superman.
Hey, Loris, take it easy over there. All right, Jesus, for
Wow.
Christ's sake. All
Put it
right,
away. Put it away.
all right. So we come to the forked tongue bastard that is Littlefinger confronts Salsa at the tree of all things.
Salsa?
Salsa.
Did I say salsa? That sounded like
Yeah, you
salsa.
did
didn't
say salsa.
it? Salsa. Hey.
Take my wood chips with a little
He brought
salsa.
the chips.
And
Who brought the chips?
Merengue's coming up behind.
We've recast Sansa with,
Salsa.
She has her with guacamole.
Welcome to King's Landing.
She has a little jalapeno.
You've gone a little too far south from the north.
My name's Guacamole. This is my sister Salsa. Our little brother Chip.
Oh boy, we're pissing people off right and left now. All right, so Littlefinger
Steph, bring out your Puerto
confronts
Rican-ness.
Sansa. He declares his undying love and how every time he closes his eyes, he pictures himself on the throne.
I
with Sansa
picture
by
your
his
mother.
side.
That
shit.
Nothing turns a woman on like saying how much you remind her of her mother.
Bullshit. This guy.
You know the sweet talk, don't you?
Well, apparently that's how Littlefinger goes about it. He seems like he's doing it.
Okay.
Well, then again, how
I'm
long
sorry.
is-
Look at his name. Littlefinger.
It does make some implications, doesn't it?
Then again, how long has he run those brothels?
Well, let's not forget he was slit from chest down to probably his testicles by Ned Stark for trying to capture, go after Catelyn. So, just saying. Might have a little bit of a grudge. So Littlefinger confesses undying love. He tries to kiss her, and Sansa's like, I don't think so.
So you're saying he really wants to bone the Starks?
Yes. one way or another.
In some way, shape, or form.
So, what do you guys think of Sansa so far resisting Littlefinger? I mean,
she's just gotten out of a pretty creepy marriage, so...
Two
creepy marriages, yeah.
Very creepy marriages.
Well, at least Tyrion was nice to her. Ramsay wasn't complete.
Oh, I was talking about Joffrey. Oh, she was only. She never married.
She was
She never married
engaged,
him.
yeah.
She's engaged.
So she was in 2 creepy
Joffrey
marriages.
dropped her ass, and Marjorie stepped up and went, hi.
A new redhead took over.
Yeah. So yeah. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's Sansa's coming of age still showing?
Very much so.
But has Littlefinger sown a seed of doubt in her mind? Maybe.
Honestly, I think him approaching her that way kind of reinforced her commitment to like the North and.
Well, she
like,
does
with her
say,
mother.
it's a pretty picture.
She does tell Jon at one point, because Jon confronts her about it. Why didn't you tell me about Littlefinger and the Knights of the Vale and everything from the fight, in the episode before? And she goes, "I just don't trust him." She said, "I don't trust him." You
don't be a fool to trust him.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, moving on. So next we find Uncle Ben.
His rights.
Ben delivers Bronn and
Peter Parker.
Mira almost to the wall, to the
Uncle Ben,
to the other tree outside the wall. And basically says, I can't go beyond the wall. It has magic. So we finally reveal that the wall doesn't need to have magic in it and keeps the White Walkers from going over it. Or going anywhere near it. Because he's half White Walker and somehow that affects him. Because he's fucking Blade. Of the series.
The Daywalker.
The Daywalker. What'd you guys think? Was it...
Well, didn't they also say that whatchamacallit couldn't cross the wall, otherwise they'd be able to follow?
He said
the wall has magic.
The wall has magic to it that he cannot cross.
Because he's half White Walker.
Well, no, I thought he said, but if they do cross, the other White Walkers will be able to cross as well.
Well, I think it's kind of like what kept the White Walkers from coming out at the beginning of season 5 until the king touched the night.
Bran.
Yeah, touched Bran.
So, but here's the part I don't understand, and maybe you guys can help. He just fucking leaves them at the tree.
Yeah,
I mean, it's he could have just stood guard while he
he
touches the tree and does his warg thing, which we'll get to in a minute. But
Mira has to carry him now.
Yeah, she's dragging him just to
How is she supposed to get him from there to there? And
sled or anything?
What sled? They left him with nothing.
Yeah, they have nothing.
I don't know. Maybe she's going to hang out at the tree.
She's gathering twigs right now.
Benjen picks him up off the horse, drops him by the tree.
Yeah.
Mira's standing over him, and that's it.
You think he can at least stand guard until he's done?
What are we doing now?
With his
twigs now.
I'm surprised Mira didn't say, can we have the damn horse?
This is my White Walker horse. No.
All right.
I need to look cool while I swing my ball of fire.
Yeah. She's like, hello,
I've been swinging my burning ball of fire.
Do you think it is maybe... The only thing I can think of is Ben can't go near one of the trees either, maybe. But we saw the other White Walkers do it at that other tree, so I don't know.
No, I just think he can't go near the wall, that's all.
He can't go near the wall, and I think the other White Walkers can't either. I think they're safe in there from what's chasing them. But it does kind of leave you with the question, where are they? Where are they going to go from there?
Well, they're going to have to head for the wall, obviously.
How close are they to the wall?
But it's going to take them forever if Mira has to drag his ass, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway.
And we have no more giants left.
No, we do not. So let's move on to the second part of the scene where Bran touches the tree, goes warging, and we finally,
R plus L equals J is confirmed.
Yay! We find out
in a very great scene. Actually, I mean that was actually.
I thought it was pretty graphic. So was it just? I'm pretty sure they had to do a C-section to get Jon out of her, and that's why she's bleeding everywhere. And there's like a big freaking gap.
Well, there's a
scrape in her stomach, blood everywhere.
There was I think they said something in the books before. Something I heard someone discuss was that they said that any child that was it Rhaegar produced, there was like a violent childbirth.
Yeah,
that happened.
It does mention that.
Yeah,
so it's a genetic thing.
Yeah, it's the only Targaryen so far that hasn't done that was Daenerys' older brother.
But that's what's strange about that though is I don't know.
But of course, he's not a true dragon.
Yeah, well, the funny
Golden
thing
Crown is proven.
If you look at Daenerys, she killed her mother during childbirth. Mm-hmm. You look at Jon Snow, that's true, and you also see that's true of Tyrion.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we've got like a lot of children that have murdered their parents in childbirth.
To me, it looks like they actually had to do a C-section because she had literally had like it looked to me, I don't know.
It just
was
looked like a lot of blood.
A lot of blood and a
it
deep
was
scrape on her stomach.
It was described as like a hemorrhage.
Okay. Maybe that's what it was. But the bigger point is we finally find out that Jon is indeed half Targaryen.
Because, she says to keep the secret of my son.
She whispers it,
promise me.
Because Robert Baratheon will try to have Jon Snow killed.
Yeah, Rob will kill him.
Well, because Baratheon did start killing off a lot of the Targaryen bastards and children.
Which,
and things
very
that.
like Moses times as well.
Well, I mean, that's also what Cersei did after Robert Baratheon died, is she went out and started killing all his bastards off.
Yeah. So, it kind of makes sense now because we had that scene a long time ago where you have when whatchamacallit's even traveling to go down to, in season 1, Ned is traveling with the king, with Robert, and Robert's like, yeah, who was that? Was that some whore you banged or something on the way to such and such a place? That was his mother or something. And Ned's kind of like, yeah, sure.
Well, no, because
he was like, no, that was one of yours,
Bessie. Even Robert goes, I can't believe that you would be unfaithful to
Catelyn.
To Catelyn.
And
we all knew that Ned is not the unfaithful type.
And Ned's like, well, no, it was just a mishap or something, I guess.
And Robert goes on, well, it's war, it's okay.
He played it, he kind of played it back. And
also that line, when they're talking together, is like, you'll have to tell me about her someday. And he's like, no, I'll never tell you, sort of thing. It's like, you'll never know about that.
Yeah. Well, actually, Ned does say, we'll talk about your mother when I get back.
He says that to Snow, yeah.
To Jon.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It kind of wraps things up, kind of makes things make sense.
It's hinted at it
all
since
the fans are finally
vindicated.
My only question, though, is, don't you think, why didn't Ned trust Catelyn enough to keep a secret? I realize it's a big secret, but if anybody could keep it, I think Catelyn would be able to keep it. Otherwise, but instead, Catelyn's treating this guy like a bastard. Like he's supposedly
she hates
bastard.
him most of
Jon is just tormented the rest of his life. I mean, his childhood anyway, because of the secret. You think he would just say, hey, by the way, FYI, this is my sister's kid.
I think at that point, Ned had promised Lyanna, and that was it was her dying wish. Yeah. Don't tell anybody.
And on top of it, too, if he comes home with another baby and he says it's his or whatever,
well, yeah, sure,
it's out of childbirth.
Publicly you say he's a bastard, but pull her aside
so
and go,
she's
hey, by the way.
So, so he's...
This is my nephew.
Yeah.
So he had to probably make sure that she kept up the image, the appearance of it.
Or was Ned so afraid of the secret getting out that he just had to make it?
Yeah. Well, he kept his word. He said he wasn't going to tell anyone, and he did.
He literally told no one.
Yeah. He kept appearances, and
so Ned is even more faithful, it turns out, than we ever thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Miss you, Sean Bean.
You die far too early, sir.
Again.
Or you get canceled. Your series gets canceled. Anyway. All right.
We didn't kill Sean Bean. We just canceled the show.
So let's move on. We're back in Winterfell. And basically there's this big old meeting of everybody in the north. People apologize for not being with there. And then they start declaring Jon as the king of the north.
Nope. They don't apologize. It's not until...
One doesn't, two do.
Not until...
No. Not until Lady Mormont puts all the boys in their place.
Right, if we're talking about internet memes, this had one of my favorites. It's like, remember when you were all little bitches? Lady Mormont remembers. I saw that a night or two after.
Oh my god, I love it.
Oh, that is my favorite meme out of this episode.
Jesus, she owned that scene. As it starts out, and they're like, "Oh, why are these wildlings here? Hey, we were invited." And they're like, "We needed to fight the oncoming battle." And then they're like, "Oh, I don't know." I mean, then Lady Mormont, this little girl, stands up, and she's like, "Where were you all when Jon Snow asked for your help? You watched your son get skinned alive by Ramsay Bolton, and her father get skinned alive by Ramsay Bolton, and you did nothing."
You did not answer the call.
She literally handed all of them their balls on a platter.
Oh, yeah, because she goes, the North remembers, and I don't care if he is a bastard. He's my king from this day.
We know I had to write this one down because it is beautiful. We know no king but the king of the North, whose name is Stark. I don't care if he's a bastard. Ned Stark's blood runs through his veins. he is my king from this day until the last day.
Well,
Yeah.
he's, Ned Stark's nephew, so...
Technically, the blood does run.
Yeah. I mean, you
There's
look at
Stark
history...
blood in him.
You look at history, occasionally nephews or cousins kind of took over if there wasn't, like, a direct descendant. And
Sure.
But there is a direct descendant. She's just not stepping up.
Well, there's also, like, was it Bronn? Or not Bronn?
Our new three-eyed raven.
Bran. Yeah, but...
Bran, Bronn.
they
He's
assume
not
he's
there
dead.
yet.
Yeah.
He's not there yet.
And
And Sansa is there.
And
Yeah.
to that point, Steph,
He's busy touching trees.
to that point this whole time, and there's nothing is said, but this whole time everybody's pledging king to Jon
Allegiances,
and saying
right.
King of the North, King of the North. There's Sansa.
She's happy.
She's happy at first, and then she looks at Littlefinger, and suddenly, bingo, seed of doubt.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, wait a minute, this should be me,
Oh, I don't know.
not Jon. I think so.
I
think there's at least that thought there.
what I saw from that was
Little.
What I saw from that was she had a smirk on her face because everybody was pledging to Jon Snow, and she knew that Littlefinger wanted that. He wanted that.
Wanted to be in Winterfell.
Alliance, yeah.
He wanted that, and since they were doing, and he was in the room, and they were all pledging to Jon Snow, she was just like, "Haha, motherfucker!" Ah.
Maybe, but I think her expression changes right at the end. At least because I watched it a couple times, but it seems to me, I think there's just enough to put that there that is her birthright, not Jon's.
My thing is that I'm with Brian. I'm with Ikenbauer on this, and that Littlefinger wants the North. He's wanted the North since he handed Sansa.
Sure.
Since he handed Sansa over to Ramsay.
I think it's the worst thing that could happen to Littlefinger, but I think Littlefinger is now going to use it. I think that's why he's looking at Sansa, and that's why Sansa's expression goes from a smile to a kind of a blank expression. I think there's going to be a little that Sansa's going to either turn on Jon, or Sansa's going to have to find a way to kill Littlefinger, or
separate
herself from him, because he's going to continue to be the fork-tongued devil that he is. So. All right, so poor Jaime returns home.
Oh my god!
Sees the great Septon fire. Kind of looks at Bronn and what the fuck is going on. Rides off, only to find that Cersei walks in on Cersei being crowned queen.
Yep, queen, new crown and everything
of the Seven Kingdoms.
Which. I just read this. Apparently, the last line of the script in that scene literally read, Queen Cersei Lannister invites you all to go fuck yourselves.
That's pretty much it, too. That's her entire scene, even though the way she sits on the throne, how stoic she is, how, just this blank expression, just a bitch. I don't know how else to describe it.
Well, I thought it was great the way Qyburn was announcing all her titles and stuff like that. First of her name.
And he's now the king.
Queen of the Andals.
And he has the hand.
He's the hand of hers.
Yes, I saw he's the hand.
Yeah.
I just thought it was... I thought it was cool that he was the one putting the crown on her head, and the mountain was the one that walked her in.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
And then the best scene out of all that is the look between her and Jaime. Jaime walks in, and there's that eye contact.
Well,
and for me,
what in the hell did you do?
What the fuck have you done? And
where is our last child?
Where's our son? I'm going to kill you.
That's honestly,
I don't know if I took it that far, but there's definitely a what the fuck moment.
He is a Kingslayer, and
it's true.
So
be the Queenslayer.
The other funny point that was brought up was the fact that the Mad King, right before Jaime murdered him, his last words was "burn them all."
Yeah.
And
that's what he
and
wanted
that's
to do.
exactly what Cersei did.
So everything that
with
Jaime,
Wildfire,
everything that Jaime professed in the last episode to what's his name to go take River Run back,
Edmure,
now means nothing. It's gone.
Well, let's think about this.
Doesn't Jaime have a more of a legitimate claim to be the king than she has?
In my opinion,
yeah, true. He does.
Well, I thought when he joined the Kingsguard, he actually gave up his title and rights.
Yeah, but he's no longer part of the Kingsguard.
Remember when he tossed off his armor in front of Tommen?
Tommen threw him out of the Kingsguard.
Right.
Oh, that's true.
So I don't know.
Are they still going under the assumption that her being married to the former king gives her more title?
Yeah,
because
probably Queen Mother.
Yeah.
Because
technically, he was never the Lannisters technically in charge up until this moment.
She was Queen Mother Regent, or
yeah.
But the other funny thing, too, is think of Jaime. He started out this season with him returning to King's Landing with a dead child.
With his dead daughter.
And now he returns to King's Landing again to find his last child dead.
Yeah, and in true Game of Thrones fashion, as much as I hate Jaime Lannister, I certainly hope he kills... I want him to be the one to kill Cersei.
You know,
Didn't I say Jaime's going to be the one to kill Cersei?
I wouldn't... The things we do for love.
I think they're going to end up killing each other. That's just my opinion.
Probably kill her in bed.
Well, I think they'll kill each other.
Oh, he's going to give it to her.
Wildfire sexual
He's going to do some
potency.
wildfire, yeah.
Wildfire, guaranteed.
He's going to give it to her, all right.
How am I going to kill Cersei Lannister with a little bit of wildfire?
She's like, do you have to have warming sensation?
I feel a little hot in here for some reason. That's right.
All right, and off that low, we get a final high. A nice little send-off, literally a send-off. We get the ships, Daenerys is there, Theon, Yara are there.
And Yara's ships are there.
However,
they all have dragons.
Tyrion is there next to her.
Not only
dragons
that,
are flying
Not only that, we have the fleet from Dorne and House Tyrell as well.
Do we? I don't see them. You do not see the Queen of Thorns, and you do not.
No, we don't see them. But I believe we saw.
Don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think they have them yet.
That's the big question.
So you're thinking
they have to go to.
But
to
somehow
Dorne.
you see Varys.
That's where
He's on the
they
ship.
spend the next season.
Varys is there. Yes,
Varys has
is there.
jet lag.
But my question remains, just like I asked you before: is this his trump card that he's holding back, or has he already told them that they're part of the alliance?
Oh no, they're part of the alliance.
Yeah, Varys is Nightcrawler. He teleported from
Either that, or
Dorne
he's
right
like a
back.
mermaid. He just goes through the ocean.
Do all the boats now have the they all have the dragon?
The
on
dragon on them.
Yeah, the
that's our
dragon,
logo.
which is cool.
Because
And on the other side, they have the squid as well.
One of the things that Dario said to Daenerys before in their scene was they're all painting their sails.
Mm-hmm.
They're finishing painting their sails now.
He's talking about I forget what they call it, the peak of the ship, the mask. Yeah,
the
it's the golden dragon on it. But so we see the Thraki on the ships. We see the Unsullied. Mm-hmm. They're all there,
and we see the shadows from overhead as the dragons are flying overhead.
Great way to end not just this episode, but to end the season.
End the season. I mean,
she's coming.
Yeah,
finally,
even Emilia Clarke
coming.
when she was interviewed.
Hopefully not to Dorne.
Oh God, no.
Well, next half season.
They're coming, I swear.
Yeah.
What about the dragons? They're coming.
Emilia Clarke even said, like in her interview when she was filming that scene, she's like, the only thing that was going through my head as we were filming that shot of me on the boat was just. Da, 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 da,
She goes, I'm totally badass.
Oh yeah, I mean that's an invasion force of an invasion force right there. I mean, without House Tyrell, without
Dorne and Tyrell,
add those
she still
two
has
in.
And then you've got Cersei, who's just sitting there going, "How much wildfire we have left?"
Yeah, Cersei has wildfire, and she has King's Landing, and
the
she'll
mountain.
probably end up, like you were saying, Aaron, with the Salt King.
Yeah, from the Iron Islands.
The Iron Islands. Yeah. Other than that,
that'd be interesting alliance.
And what's ever left of House Frey, which is
nothing. She might also get
nothing, because that's the other question is the children, the Walder Frey's sons are dead.
They're dead. The house is dead, but their men will probably.
But no, they're owned by House Lannister right now. So technically, that place is owned by the Lannisters.
So yeah, well, I'm just saying additional men and resources if they had any.
So let's hope the Blackfish turns up and isn't dead.
I don't know. I don't unless they're going to play some sort of trump card that I cannot see right now. I don't see much help for the Lannisters. I see a complete and total.
No,
she might get the assistance of the Knights of the Vale, because she did promise Littlefinger to be Warden of the North, and that would advance his desire.
It's true, and he did. Yeah. I haven't forgot what he said. It's time to enter the fray. I was like, oh, you bastard. Just that word, fray. House Frey. Anyway.
Freys are dead. Thank God.
Moving on.
So many satisfying deaths in this episode.
Yeah. Okay, so we touched on Sansa having a problem with Jon. One point you did have on here, John, and it's a fair one. We now have women, for the most part, with the exception of Jon, but Jon has Sansa pretty much ruling all. You've got queens everywhere now.
Not really.
Now,
I mean,
instead
you
of the
have-
battle,
I think I said that last episode.
Yeah, you did.
You did, yeah.
and to bring
You're
up
like, I don't like this.
and to bring up another
Now it really is with
Yeah,
Cersei
that's-
being crowned.
and to bring up another meme. They've got a picture of Cersei. They got a picture of Khaleesi, and it says "Battle of the Bitches" instead of the bastards.
Yeah, all right, Steph, you got on my case for this. Give it to him.
Why? Why does it have to be that?
Why does it be what?
Why can't it be the War of the Wenches or something?
The Battle of
The
the
War of the
Bitches?
Wenches. We've already had a Battle of the
Battle-
Bastards. Let's have a War of the Wenches. Or...
War of the Wenches.
Battle of the Families. Why does it have to be bitches?
Well, you just had the Battle of the Bastards. Come on, why not?
Well, because in the show they were.
And earlier we just called whatchamacallit a badass bitch.
Yep.
She called herself that.
No, I called Arya a badass bitch.
Yeah.
Well, because I put badass in front of it.
Okay, so we can say Battle of the Badass Bitches.
There we go. There we go.
Does that make you feel better, Stephanie?
No.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do final thoughts and grades for the episode, and then we're going to go into final thoughts as well for the season. So with that in thought, let's go to final thoughts and grades. All right, Mr. Ankenbauer, final thought and grade for the episode.
It was good. A.
Good, A. Okay, A. Take off
That's
A.
Canadian.
That is the sound of his enthusiasm right there.
It was. I mean, it
Yeah.
was good. I mean, it was basically everything we thought was going to happen
Okay.
for the most part. I mean, except for like the
Wildfire.
wildfire
The
explosion. We,
church
really,
blowing up,
we,
yeah.
we thought Cersei was going to do something.
Yeah, I
But we didn't really know
A
what.
couple people.
We didn't know
Yeah.
she was going to
Everyone.
torch the whole.
Right.
church.
So we didn't know the grand scale of it, but we all pretty much saw it coming. So
Yeah.
I would give it an A.
Okay. Episode, Aaron.
A as well. I mean, just how they shot, just everything being burnt to a crisp was amazing. Just that kind of weird Godfather reference kind of worked weirdly.
Uh-huh. Very much so.
And that, and you have just once again Lady Mormont returning. Love that scene. Just because I love the character. And I'm afraid George R. R. Martin's probably noticed that, and she will die off.
You like her, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, goddamn,
no!
No, I don't like you, Lady Mormont. Shit.
Yeah, there's that little Twitter thing. It's like,
Yeah.
so you like Lady Mormont? Noted.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
And I think this is a really good setup for just the next season or half season or whatever it's going to be. And
Next two
I
half
mean,
seasons.
and generally, even if you look at all of the previous season finales for Game of Thrones, this is probably the most action-packed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like it crammed the most stuff into
I wasn't
it.
expecting this
Yeah,
much
no,
action,
I was expecting
especially
kind of a
season-
slow kind of
Yeah.
transition for next season, but this was actually had a lot happening.
Yeah, it did. Stephanie,
I
final
gave
episode
it-
grade. Yeah.
I gave it an A+. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I'm excited to see where it's gonna go for next season and the season after.
Okay, Johnny, episode.
I mean, I'm gonna give it. Yeah, it's the A+.
Oh, yeah.
Because on top of that gorgeous opening 25 minutes, you know,
Yeah.
just that build up, and how everyone made the jokes like, "Oh, hey, you guys all blew your budget in the Battle of the Bastards," and then there's the detonation of the great set to go. Nope.
I like.
And now we're spent.
Now we blew our budget. It's green.
Now we've
Flying everywhere.
You see all the green?
Wait.
It's just money.
we just spewed green all over.
Yeah.
That wasn't fire. That was our budget.
That was the finger in the asshole. There it was.
That was the whole guacamole right there.
But no, I mean, well, on top of all that, like all these satisfying deaths that we get to see, let's also not forget that wonderful little icing on the cake with Arya Stark finally killing Walder Frey. Her getting that beautiful bit of revenge on her hit list, something we all wanted to see since the Reigns of Castamere episode in Season 3, Episode 9, and it couldn't have been more beautiful.
I agree.
So, I mean, as far as like satisfying finales, but not just that, but just wondering, like, we've essentially, you know, with these ships taking off, we're seeing like, oh my god, here's this battle. Winter is here. Everything we have been watching this show and building up and seeing, it's finally happening. We're ready. It's just, yeah, it's completely satisfying. A+.
So you liked the episode?
It was alright.
Okay.
Do you need to take a cold shower? Just asking.
No, I'm spent now.
Yeah, you good? Okay. All right. I will also give it an A+. You guys pretty much said it all. I mean, the Wildfire was a complete surprise. Was not expecting that. Wow, did they save a shitload of money for next season in one
paychecks got
one instant
decreased.
But yeah, wow, just an incredible episode from beginning to end, from start to finish. I mean, for God's sakes, Daenerys, you got ships, you got dragons, you've got you mentioned the assassination of Walter Frey. You see the King of the North return in Jon. We find out that Jon's half fucking Targaryen and half Stark. Holy shit.
So yeah, no, everyone out there, no, Jon Snow cannot marry Daenerys because that's his aunt.
Yes, it is his aunt.
Well, yeah, but the Targaryens were very well known for being very Lannister-like.
No.
No, that is actually in the books even.
All right. So real quick, let's talk about next season. The one thing we didn't see in episode 10 was, and we haven't seen for a couple episodes now, is the White Walkers. Where are they? What do you guys think?
They're just hanging
behind Bran
across the wall.
You know, when they killed off Hodor, we know they're a threat. We're well aware of like what kind of disaster they can do. So
they're on their way to the wall.
They're on their way.
Yeah. It's taking them a long damn time to get to there.
Don't be there.
Well, they're zombies for God's sakes. They don't have any brains.
They're very fast-moving zombies, though.
Yeah, they got to
so
to the
there's Zack Snyder's
that to the cave was like
that was like an hour.
Yeah, well, now it's right down the road. Okay.
Maybe there's a diner. I don't know. They're on
their
way to the wall.
Well,
they take a lot of breaks.
Yeah.
They play hopscotch.
They maybe have to pee. Come on.
Well, they don't have Varys' teleporting abilities to go between 6 weeks journey.
Oh yeah,
distance.
but I mean, if you look at the one battle that was at the city north of the wall, it took Jon Snow maybe a week or two to get from there back to the wall, and that was like a season or two ago.
I mean, it's just crazy that we haven't seen the White Walkers.
I know.
I fully expect.
Missing. Yeah.
I fully expected to see it at some point this season, considering it was last season's cliffhanger, right?
Yeah. You just expect them to be at the wall climbing slowly.
You would think that we at some point we would see the progression,
or at least see everybody at the Black Castle Black ringing the bells and holy shit, they're here. Something.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I expected.
But
in the
no,
episode, but it
we didn't get any of that. I'm like, really.
Hell, we didn't.
I'm
even
fine
get,
with that.
We didn't even get Bran and Mira to the wall yet. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. What the fuck?
They got
are they
through
doing?
a tree. That's progress.
It's enough. It's enough for me. I mean, so.
Well, what about Mira going? Are you sure you want to do this? He's like, well, I'm the three-eyed raven now. Shut up.
Bitch, I'm the three-eyed raven. Don't you back-talk me.
I'm like, okay.
Come back down here so I
that
can
voice for the
backhand
dragons.
All right, let's talk about the wall for a second. Apparently, if it has magic and it's keeping the White Walkers out, so therefore one would think that the wall has to fall at some point. The wall of ice has got to come down.
Partially, yeah.
Or at least the magical properties of it need to be taken care of.
If the wall falls, the White Walkers walk.
Yep. If the wall falls, the
Westeros Donald Trump will be very unhappy.
Yeah. Walking the mile. Oh, that's the Green Mile, sorry.
So if Bran, now that he's the three-eyed raven, if he comes back across the wall, is that when they can cross?
I don't know.
Yeah, because
he's got his mark on it.
Kill the magic?
That's right, there it is. There it is. His mark.
His mark's on Bran. So he knows where Bran is, he can follow him.
So that's why they're not following him, they're not chasing him. They're letting him cross.
They're going to wait for him to cross the wall and then be like, magic's gone.
So Bran goes through the wall. Does the wall fall then? Very good, Mr. Rankenbauer.
Your third eye's not working very well, Bran. You should have seen this coming. Predestination my ass.
Well, he can see it all happening. He just can't change it.
If you're so psychic, how come you wouldn't know you'd be broke?
So is Bran going to be a scapegoat then? Or is he going to still help fight him off?
I would assume he's still fight him off.
Oh God, he doesn't want to help them.
Yeah, but you got 2 points of information now. You've got Bran who's warging everywhere, trying to help, and then you've got Sam down at the Citadel trying to figure out how to defeat him too. So do you need 2 people?
Well, but I told him you'll be there, when they meet the world of men.
Yeah. But if he's the one that brings on the wall, okay, yeah, he's there.
Well, then, it does seem like all the Starks are kind of heading home at this point. Or at least all
they
of them
are gathering, yeah. They are. Arya's obviously heading home.
Or who's left?
There's a gathering.
You have Sansa, Arya, Jon, and
Bran.
Yeah. So that's all that's left.
The final 4.
By the way, Mom died. Nice to see you.
Yeah,
all.
they did not do the Lady Stoneheart version of this. Instead, they
and-
went with
and
the
they-
Arya assassination thing.
Yeah,
which actually, I think, works just as well
Yeah, I mean,
in its own way.
they left some stuff out of the book, and again, George Martin said he was going to do that, and I think that's been great because it's kept these smug book readers on their toes for like the last couple seasons because okay, I don't know if you guys have, I mean, I've actually had some friends who've read the books before the seasons have started, and they've been like,
yeah, it was the first three.
I heard the Red Wedding coming a mile away because I read the books. I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. That was hard to go through the first time. So
Do you actually know people that sound like that?
Yes.
Because if you do, you should not talk to them anymore.
Right?
we don't.
I agree.
we don't. So
They ruined that scene. They had to
me.
leave their lives.
I gotta
Right.
admit that the Lady Stoneheart idea is a brilliant one.
It's a cool idea,
Because
but
I like
it's
the
something.
idea of a wraith going around and killing people. That's just fucking badass.
But
I'm
there's
sorry.
only so much badassery you could have in this show.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at how Arya is just assassinating people and just taking off faces, I mean, that's pretty close.
enough badassery.
Oh
right
yeah, don't
there.
get me wrong. It's cool. I still like
Don't
how
get me
they
wrong.
did it.
Oh yeah, I love the idea of Lady Stoneheart being a wraith going around
Oh, yeah.
and avenging her family's murder. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, might as well. You got Ring Race and Lord of the Rings. Why not bring them to Westeros? You know, who cares? Whatever. I don't know. Okay, so any predictions or other theories for next season? Anybody got any?
You know, I think next season we're gonna see the Targaryen Lannister battle for King's Landing.
Oh yeah,
and I think
Do you think you'll see that in the first part of the season?
the
or
first
second?
part of the season because I think it's gonna the second part of the season is gonna be capped off with the race of men against the White Walkers.
That makes sense.
Or will it be the North versus whatever's left of the South? Or
I don't know
conquering
because
Khaleesi?
I think having
Yeah.
Khaleesi there is going to turn the
depends.
tides of the White Walkers because she's going to set. I mean, those dragons are going to set the White Walkers on fire.
I don't think we're going to see the White Walkers until the last episode next season.
Really? Think it'll be that long?
Because I think we're going to go the whole season.
Be the war in the South.
The War of the South, and then
Civil War.
and it's going to finish on the beginning of the last episode, and right as it finishes and they're getting ready to celebrate, you're going to see the White Walkers come, and they're going to be like, oh shit, and then that's going to be next season. Will be the whole White Walkers.
The final battle.
Yep.
Yeah. Which another thing I want to bring up at this point is we've had 6 seasons so far, and we've had 4 people sitting on the Iron Throne. So by next season, we're going to have probably 5 people sitting on the Iron Throne.
Most likely,
Yeah.
at the very least, we'll see it by the second half of the season.
Exactly. So
We probably would have only had one if it was called like the Pillow Throne. Because it wouldn't.
I don't know. Maybe
no,
people would have
guys,
fighting for
we
that
don't need
way
any
more.
wars. We don't need any wars.
No
I feel very comfortable right now.
Like no wars, man.
No, I think everyone would be fighting for that.
Let's
Like,
just bring in
I
the
would be in the
wine
comfy
and the
chair.
big screen.
Or is
Fuck
it
you,
going to
guy.
be...
Stab.
Maybe it's not
Okay.
Khaleesi versus Cersei. What if it's... You've got the Queen of Thrones, who's a bitch all by herself, who has nothing left to lose, who only wants revenge.
Thorns, you mean?
The Queen of Thorns, sorry. Imagine...
It's a spin-off TV show.
Yeah, anyway,
Queen of Thrones.
Queen of Thrones.
Queen of Thrones.
Queen of Thorns.
That's gonna be.
Is
the,
she a wild card? Do you guys think she's a wild card? Could we see
know,
the Queen of Thrones confront Cersei? Because she wants, if
I
anybody
think-
deserves to kill her,
honestly-
other than Jaime, would be her.
Yeah, but what is she gonna do?
She's
here's-
pretty maniacal.
Here's my thing with Cersei.
She's just an older version of Cersei. Is all she is.
Okay, so here's my thing with Cersei because we now have 2 women with Lady Tyrell and Cersei Lannister. Both of them have had their future taken from them, their children, or grandchildren. Cersei, I mean, for all of her faults, I mean, everybody always said the best thing about Cersei Lannister has been the fact that she's been a very devout mother.
It's been her most human.
Yeah.
aspect.
That's been her most human aspect, and we have taken away the
Yeah.
only bit of humanity from Cersei Lannister. What is her motivation going to be in the next season? What is going to be her drive? What is going to keep her going?
Probably just hatred.
Yeah, she's
Like,
going to be the Mad
hey,
Queen that we were all worried about.
I
monster should be my
torture
big
all
monster
This
queen.
is my
I
throne.
mean,
Thank
she
you.
is monstrous inside as, the mountain is outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she is the Mad Queen. Yeah.
She will be the Mad Queen, and how ironic that it's going to be a Targaryen that overthrows the Mad Queen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, pretty much she already did what the Mad King wanted to do. I mean, maybe to a lesser extent, but...
Yeah.
Not by much.
But how much is left? And will she torch Westeros
and
rather than let Khaleesi
Someone
take it?
And another funny thing that we point out, that someone's pointed out with the books too, is the fact that every time period has been based off of when the Targaryens first declared the throne of Westeros. So we're in the era when the Targaryens have claimed this throne. Now, are we going to come full circle with the Targaryen going back on the throne?
Or some form, a Stark Targaryen, perhaps. Hybrid.
I see Jon Snow staying King of the North and his aunt being the ruler of the Seven Kingdoms.
Maybe. Or maybe everybody gets their independence under... Because she is awfully fair.
Well, yeah, but I think that would pretty much put King's Landing as its own place, and every other place you would have the North and Iron Thrones and Dorne.
Sure.
It's a very divided kingdom, and I'm not sure if King's Landing on its own could support it.
Well, you could end up with like a United Kingdom kind of thing, where you got all these independent countries under...
The other thing to think about too, as far as like the Lannisters too, I mean, we've seen it from a couple seasons ago. They're broke.
Yeah.
I mean, they used to be like the richest family.
Lannisters can no longer pay their debts?
The Lannisters can no longer pay their debts. After Blackwater, they're broke. You know, they're basically running up debts, and the only people that kept them, in the black were the Tyrells, who are now declaring their hatred of the Lannisters. So, I mean, they've lost the only financial backing they have, which was the only thing that kept them in power for so long. So, Cersei's days are numbered, so what the hell is she going to do in the next season? I mean, there's going to be some dark
She could do what a lot of conquerors in that position would do, which is take more land, collect more taxes, and...
My prediction is next season may be one of the darkest. I think you're going to see a lot of people die.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people.
Well, every season a lot of people die.
Well,
I get where you're going with it.
Yeah.
I think, in this last episode, God, so many people died.
Yeah, I mean,
so many major players died.
A lot of people we love and a lot of people we hate are going to die.
So are you guys
Cersei's
expecting...
now the new big bad.
Yeah, I mean, are you expecting Daenerys to kill off Cersei or Jaime?
I would say Jaime.
I say as Daenerys is approaching Cersei, Jaime's going to be the one to kill her off.
History repeats itself.
Okay. Jaime will slay the Mad Queen.
Yeah.
I mean, King, or the Mad Ruler.
Or like I said, they'll end up killing each other. That's just... They came in together, they'll go out together.
A little bit of wildfire potency.
Alright, so real quick, we'll end. We're over an hour and a half, but we knew we would. We're going to do, just on the season alone, quick grades for the entire season, Mr. Rankenbauer.
I thought we did that already.
No, for the entire season.
The entire season.
This season 6. Final grade.
An A. It was good.
A.
It was good. I liked this season. It was very eventful. But there was, except for like
maybe 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah, and especially the first episode of the season. And we were talking about how it was a build up for everything else.
You know, and I remember when you dropped the pipe bomb on me today that I did not know. You're coming into this only seeing like seasons 5 and 6.
Yep.
You have not seen seasons 1 through 4.
No.
So we've been talking about all the stuff about the Red Wedding and Blackwater and all this shit. You know what? We've got a bunch of Blu-rays in this back room here that you're going to be going home with tonight.
Yeah, because I haven't seen any of them, and it's just like so. I only last season was the first one I saw. Then I saw this season, and the more we progress into this season. I like the second half of this season more so than the first half.
I think when you watch the other seasons, you'll notice that the build-up to this has been what's been the payoff.
Okay, Aaron?
Definitely an A+. I mean, this has been probably one of the more eventful seasons, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, especially once you get to like the season finale, like that's easily the most eventful season finale we've had.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't get me wrong, is it still setting up for the next season? Of course, but I mean, in terms of just payouts, in terms of watching the Freys die and so many other people just kind of, get what's coming to them. It's been an excellent season.
Okay, excellent job. Stephanie?
I loved it. It was an A+. I, again, cannot wait for next season.
Okay. All right, I will go next. John, I'll let you go. Okay. I will give the season, my God, I mean, you start off with the resurrection of Jon Snow. You have the Battle of the Bastards. You have a new king of the north. You see the sparrow rise and go up in flames. good God. I mean,
The sparrow becomes the phoenix.
I'm gonna, literally.
But he's not rising from the ashes, I'm telling you that.
He becomes one with the ashes.
Yeah, he's yeah. I don't think there's ashes left. I think he's anyway.
So yeah, just an incredible season. I'm gonna say, I'll actually go out on a limb. I'll say this is probably the best season of Game of Thrones yet. That's in my personal opinion. I've enjoyed this season more than I've enjoyed.
It is for me too.
Well, you've seen two, but yeah, yes. Of all 6 seasons so far, this season 6 has been the best so far. And
isn't this the first one that's actually gone away from the books too?
Yeah, and that makes me wonder.
Kind of, yeah. Like it's been going away from it sequentially, like the last couple seasons.
And that's a good question, and one I forgot to ask. Is it because Martin is no longer technically in full control? Is that why we're being rewarded?
Oh no,
this season?
he's still in control. He's just doing something different with the show because he sees where the show's going.
Yeah, right. I think he's doing this more for TV as opposed to where before it was a book getting adapted into TV.
Well, Martin's actually written for television before, so.
No, I'm just talking about specifically for that game.
My question would be, if this was a book, would we be getting rewarded this much? I don't
Possibly.
know.
I mean,
would be getting so
even
much
with all
good
the
fan stuff.
I think even with all the death and stuff in Game of Thrones, there is still kind of a concept of predetermination. There is kind of a destiny thing in the fantasy genre.
I think
you do have to have some form of a payout to an extent. Somewhere along the lines.
I think the only way we're going to get a satisfying answer to this is, Steph, you need to read all the books and let us know if it's as satisfying first season.
Well, I mean, the next book won't be out until what? Like
you are our reference guide. We need you for next year. You have 1 year to read 7 books.
Good luck.
Hey, Stephen, while you're doing that, I'll watch seasons 1 through 4.
I think you have an easier job. Number 1, Brian.
This is for season 1, Brian.
Yes, woo!
I've got for season 2.
And this is a whole flock of bees. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Wow, she managed to raise her middle toes for seasons 3 and 4.
Yeah. All right, John.
Brother Finger says hello.
Yeah. Final grade and thought for season 6, sir.
You know, I've been like the biggest fan of the show for God knows how many years. Like, and just. Every season, it's been such a roller coaster to watch it. You know, different finales paying off in different ways. This is the first time, I think, remember leaving off with season 1 with Robb Stark being hailed King of the North. Like, oh god, hey, we have some hope. And then season 2 ends with such a...
The Red Wedding.
No, that was 3.
Oh, that's 3.
That's 3.
Yeah, that's
you know,
right.
And then
spoiler alerts.
Sorry.
Hey, Brian, we're gonna give you the Cliff's Notes right now.
Cool, man.
Season 2 ends with that downfall with Tyrion's with the fallout of Blackwater, and then with 3 you get. I mean, it's just been such a roller coaster with each of the finales, but they've always had such a satisfying ending to make you wonder where it's gonna go. Season 6, I think. It's the first time I think the fans have felt good, yes. A sense of satisfaction. Like the people we have wanted to die have finally died.
Ramsay, you know.
Not even that. I'm more thinking Walder Frey. Walder Frey's death. I mean, we have cheered for that we've cheered for Walder Frey's death longer than we've cheered for Ramsay's.
Ramsay and bits.
Right, and we've got a back-to-back. I mean, and not only that, the show knew how to pace out everything. Every little payoff. Every story was perfectly set. I mean, this was 10 hours plus of everything that we have wanted to see. And it is played out so beautifully. I mean, this is a moment... They've talked about it being a writer's show, because the writers know how to plan all this out, but the directors... have known how to make all this such a visual style, and last year was the first year that a genre-based show at the Emmys won Best Drama Series. Before that, we've had our procedural crime dramas, our procedural hospital dramas. Occasionally we get The Sopranos thrown in there, but we get The West Wings, we've got Mad Men for God knows how long, we get Breaking Bad for a couple seasons, but then Game of Thrones last year, with it being as awesome as it was last year. It was season 5 was such a great, rewarding season. This was the season I really think topped season 5, and I really challenged the Emmys to explain themselves as to why anything else could possibly be that they could say that anything was better than this season.
No Emmy, we riot.
That's right. No Emmy, we riot. Like
Oh.
Roman Reigns wins the championship, we riot, or not watch WWE for a while.
Oh, boys. Now that, Ramsey got killed and everything, or, I'm sorry, better, got
I'm
eaten,
glad you're dead.
Who do we...
Who do we?
Who do we hate now?
Cersei.
Okay.
Cersei's gonna do some serious.
Cersei.
No, she's
Not
gonna
yet.
do some serious shit next season.
Yeah.
I see that
But you
happening.
know, because I really hated the High Sparrow.
Right.
Like, really hated
Right.
Hey Brian, we're gonna
We
give you
really
season.
hated
When you
Ramsey.
when
Well,
you
I
see
didn't really
se-
hate Ramsey. He was fantastic.
when you
about
see
that?
seasons one.
What I'm saying is we had Joffrey, then we had Ramsey.
All right.
Oh, that's right. Brian does not know the tyranny of Joffrey.
I'm not going to. I wasn't going to say it, but there's one way everybody's going to hate Cersei. I don't care who you are. She ends up killing Tyrion. Just saying.
You're an ass.
I'm just saying.
You're George Martin.
I don't like you.
They're not going to kill him off because they have to have. I was reading online that they have to have the three.
Heads of the Azor Ahai.
Yeah, the three dragon. Well, no, the three dragon riders, and it's going to be Tyrion, Jon Snow, and Daenerys.
Nope, no. What? Imagine Braun riding a dragon. The crippled boy riding a dragon.
Okay, maybe she kills Brienne. I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't like you.
Oh, that'd be good. I don't like her anyway.
Ooh.
Because again, you need to see the other seasons, man.
I don't like her.
Either that or you
Anyway.
actually have Jamie kill off Brienne.
Oh my god!
Then
Wow.
flashing in battle.
Battle between Jamie and Brienne.
She's fighting for her, House
And
Stark.
then you know what? Podrick just shoves that blade up into Jamie, and I'd be fine with that.
That never mind.
Yeah,
I'm not going
exactly.
there. Yeah.
You know what? Okay.
Take this blade and shove it up your ass.
Fine. How about this one? Podrick is killed in front of both Tyrion and Brienne.
Ooh.
Yeah, but he's not that lovable.
No, he's not.
He's
In front of Tyrion, though?
Oh, and Braun. Let's not forget Braun.
Oh,
Braun
yeah,
loves
we got Braun.
Podrick.
That's right. Yeah. If Tyrion and Braun watch Podrick die, that's going to
And
be
Jamie kills
heartbreaking.
him. Braun will
Oh
turn
my
and
God.
kill him.
Braun will turn.
I don't think you can kill off Khaleesi, but I do think
No.
I do think you can kill off Tyrion. I'm just saying.
You're a horrible person.
Well, just my opinion.
All right,
I don't
how
want to
about-
see it at any chance, but I'm just saying.
Okay, how about this one? Davos gets killed.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
I would not like that.
I'd be okay with
I like
that
him.
one.
I
Actually,
wouldn't
Davos
like
too.
it, but honestly,
Oh,
yeah.
really? Okay. The most noble of the noble.
No,
He is.
what'd be really interesting is they burn him at the stake.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Or he requests that.
Littlefinger's the one that kills Davos.
Oh, I'd kill that mother.
There we go. There we go.
Now, see, I don't like Littlefinger from what little I've seen of him.
Oh, he's the
Nobody
fork-tongued
likes
devil.
Littlefinger.
But he reminds me of that the bad guy from Fifth Element.
Yeah, he really does.
He's
Yeah,
like,
very
You know what?
similar.
Okay,
He looks
He
very
is.
mousy.
He looks like Zorg.
Yeah.
You know what? The
He's
thing.
very similar to Gary Oldman.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what
Very,
guy
very
he
mousy.
the guy that I always thought he was for the longest time. I thought he was that one passenger on the bus from Speed that Sandra Bullock pretended to have gum on her seat to get away from. I thought it was the same actor from that. That's the guy I thought he was.
No, that's Cameron from.
I know it's Cam.
Ferris Bueller.
I know, but I mistook him for that for the
He
longest
thought
time.
Littlefinger was fucking
Which,
Cameron.
by the way, did you realize there's the 30th anniversary of that coming out?
Ferris Bueller. Yeah, that's another podcast.
You didn't think I wanted to rule the Iron
they're gonna
Throne? What the
remake it.
hell is wrong with you?
They're remaking it.
remake for.
Yeah.
Never mind.
No.
That's another podcast. This is a
Really?
game.
Yeah.
Moving on, and what are we doing now?
Mira's gonna die.
All right. Okay,
Well-
I can live with that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Honestly, I would think.
Arya's gonna die.
I would. Well,
who? Who's gonna die?
Arya, right?
Arya. That would piss a lot of people off, including me. Yeah, I can see it though.
Like she goes to get the last person off her list, which would be Jamie.
Or no, it'd be Cersei.
No, I'm saying like she goes to get. She
Jaime's
goes.
not on her list, is she?
I thought Jamie was on. I thought that's why she was looking at Jamie.
Yeah, that's why she was looking at Jamie.
Yeah.
She was gonna kill him.
So what happens if
Or wants
she
to.
goes to kill and she gets killed, and they witness Jamie killing her.
I can see it. Little triangle.
Do you actually expect like Arya and Hound to re-meet at any point in the next upcoming season?
No.
Because she did pretty much leave him for dead.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much.
He hates her.
No, and he's heading towards the North Wall as well.
He's part of the Brotherhood, so.
Yeah, but if they're all heading towards the north
to fight the White Walkers together.
So yeah, what's that Brotherhood of the Banners gonna do next season too?
They're fighting the White Walkers.
Yeah. So they'll be making their way up.
That'll be one more thing for them to have.
Anyway,
they're a little short-handed in the north right now, actually.
Yeah, Castle Black's a little understaffed,
even with all the other houses in the north coming back together. So, all right. Well, we are on an hour and 48 minutes coming up. So, with that in mind,
for a near hour and a half episode, that's about on par for us.
We did pretty well, actually. So, but Johnny, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Stephanie, thanks for joining us.
Quite welcome.
Aaron, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Mr. Eckbauer, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for being here for another year.
Absolutely.
Until next April.
That's right. We are 1 year old today. Yay!
Hey!
Happy birthday to 4 Midwest guys. Woo!
For everyone that's been out there about a year ago listening to us, thank you
We've
for
improved,
going through our beta season.
Yeah.
To say the least.
To say the least. We've evolved greatly.
We're
leaps and bounds above the rest.
I can honestly say they sat in my house trying to figure out new ways to,
entertain you
all.
Yes.
And it's coming. It's coming.
It's been interesting.
Just like winter, it's coming.
It'll keep coming, we promise.
It might take 6 years, but it'll be here.
Yeah, so it's like winter's coming, winter's coming, winter's come, winter's here, and the next is winter came, it wasn't that bad.
It might take 6 seasons, but winter will get here.
I want to meme with somebody with like the, like a little, shit, I can't think. I'm so tired, I can't even think. It's the alcohol too. Jiminy Cricket.
Jiminy Cricket.
Cricket, and with snow coming down, going, fuck, it actually came. Anyway, you gotta know.
I was actually thinking of one for Al Gore. Like
you guys don't remember the cartoon with the cricket and the ants and never mind.
I was thinking Al Gore says
like
winter's here and it's like really
where he's preparing for winter.
Yeah, the ant's always ready for winter and the grasshopper never is.
Yeah, it's like an old Aesop fable.
That's not a cartoon, that's a story.
That's a fable.
It's also a cartoon.
Yeah,
It's a
Disney
fable.
did animate.
Well, it was based off a fable, but
yeah, it's Aesop's fable and Disney animated back.
So that would be a really good thing.
Oh, that'd be good. I like John's. With Al Gore.
Like have Al Gore be like, winter's gonna be very short.
Global. It shows Al Gore with the Night King behind him and everything else, and it says, "I told you, global warming was a thing."
Or maybe
dragons are destroying our ozone.
Or just
on super cereal.
Or just call it an inconvenient season.
No,
an inconvenient nation. Torn.
All right, with that, we're spent. Just like the wildfire.
Speak for yourself. Have some wildfire, sir.
We've been consumed.